Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Arm Wrestling Simulator, where today I'm going to be doing something that might just get me in trouble with the game's developers, but honestly, I don't think it's my fault. And if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, well, let me explain. Now, a few days ago, I went ahead and grinded out this new weekly leaderboard feature that is an Arm Wrestling Simulator. It is open and accessible for everyone to play, and as you can see, top 100 players get exclusive awards. But one of the leaderboards that are able to be grinded, you can grind weekly wins, which is actually the one that I managed to grind and actually get #1 on last week. There's also weekly strength and weekly bosses. Weekly bosses is probably the best free-to-play thing to do. As you can see, it's pretty competitive and you can really defeat any boss in the game. Strength is a little pay to win because you basically have to have access to the very end world. But as you guys saw, I opened a ton of lucky blocks and was able to be successful and actually get #1 in the entire game. And if you're wondering, what do you actually get for being #1 in the entire world for weekly wins? Well, if you head over here to these weekly rewards, you can see the very different rewards for the different tiers. So top 100 gets, I don't even know the name of this pet, I don't know the multiplier of this pet, but it's a 1% chance at a best for 9. Top 50 get, I'm guessing, a slightly better version, probably around 80 million multiplier, with a 2.5% chance of best for 9. But top 3, which unfortunately there's no special reward for getting #1 in the world, but top 3 still 25% chance at a best for 9. And this pet has a 120 million multiplier, which is, to my knowledge, the highest multiplier of any free-to-play pet in the entire game. So originally, I think these pets are supposed to be given out on Thursday or Friday, but there was an issue distributing them to all the accounts. And so today on Saturday, when I got on for the updates, I made sure to check and see, did I actually get my pet? And as you can see right here, we have an elite cobalt. That's the name of the pet, 120 million multiplier, best for 8. But I kept on scrolling and I went, wait, I have a second one. Wait, I have a third and a fourth and a fifth. And if we look up elite cobalt, I have, as you can see, we're not going to delete them. Got to be very careful later. But if we click select all, we have 49 elite cobalt best friend 8 pets with 120 million multiplier. Now, I went ahead, the first thing I did was realize, this isn't supposed to be like this, because obviously you're not getting 50. Nowhere does it say 50 on any of these, or 49. You're supposed to get 1, and I got 49. So I hit up the developers and they're like, oh, well, that's an issue. And they said that they are going to be, I think, heavily nerfing the actual multiplier of this pet, or basically making it so these pets can no longer be obtained. They're going to be pretty much outlawing these pets. But I asked if I would still be able to use it because it's pretty cool. I worked my butt off to get to #1 for wins in the weekly leaderboard, and they made a goof, and well, they said, you know what, you can take advantage of it. You can go ahead and max out this pet. You earned it. But moving forward, this will not happen, at least at this extent. They might keep using this pet, they might change the multiplier, but all I know is this happened to a few other accounts. As you see, there's 66 that exists when there should only be like 9 or 10 that exists, and there's a good chance I wouldn't actually combine all of them up to turn it into my new best pet, as I'll be doing in today's video, if I manage to get any best for 9 pets. Because best for 9, that enchant has been out in the game for I think like 2 or 3 weeks now. And just doing a quick run over, as you can see, we literally don't have a single, oh wait, we have one. Oh, that's my first one. I was about to combine it. Oh my gosh, this is my first best for 9 ever in the whole game. 200% multiplier. That is insane. Oh my gosh, I almost combined it. I almost turned it golden and combined it. I thought I'd look through all of them, but there we go. We've looked through all of them, and they are just one best friend 9, which is absurd. So that's what it looks like. It's a 200% increase over your best pet, which will also be the elite cobalt. But because this pet, there's a chance it might not exist in a few days or maybe even a few hours, we're gonna go ahead and turn this banned and illegal elite cobalt pet in Arm Wrestling Simulator to my new best pet. And if we have any left over, I'm actually going to be giving these leftovers to you all through the new mailbox gifting system. And if you want a chance to get one of these pets, all you have to do is comment your Roblox name down below and make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, and then you'll have a chance of receiving one of these pets. I think we should have like 2 or 3 extra, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. So the first thing you do, as always, when you want to max out a pet in Arm Wrestling Simulator, is head to the golden machine in World 2. And what we want to do is turn all of these into golden pets. And because I don't want to take any chances, we're going to go ahead and craft 5 at a time. And let's just make sure that our best friend 9 pet isn't somehow already been used. I locked it, just making sure. Okay, yeah, I did lock it. That is good to know. Would have been a sad day if we already got rid of our one and only best friend 9. But we basically have to craft 9 of these golden pets, and that's because it takes 9 regular pets or 9 baby pets in order to make one huge. And so again, I think if I did my math right, 49, and we're locking 1, so we have 48 of these, and we only need 45 to craft it, then I think we should be good. I'm like 99% sure we should be good. I'm also just double checking to make sure that no best friend 9s are somehow slipping by, because that would also be incredibly tragic. All right, so we have that 6, 7. So yeah, I just need 2 more. It should be good to go. And this is the last one. So yeah, we have 3 of these left over, and I'll be gifting 3 of these to, again, some random commenters down below in the comment section. But now it is time to really kick things off, because this pet already has a 180 million multiplier, but we aren't even close to being done. So let's go ahead and craft this one into a big, and then craft this one into a big, and then our final big one. The big ones currently have a 270 million multiplier. That is absolutely insane. So the last thing to do, craft it up into a huge, and we now have a golden huge elite cobalt. Now we should be able to increase this pet strength by another like 10x or so. I think this should be around a 4 billion multiplier pet by the time we are done with this. So the next thing to do, head over to the Goliath machine. All you have to do in order to turn a pet into a Goliath, which gives it an extra 50% boost, is just having it already be a huge pet in the first place. We're gonna go ahead and spend a little bit of Robux to skip the timer. So let's go see now. Elite, this has a 452 million multiplier. And if you're wondering, what am I gonna do with this? Well, World 10 is actually coming out next week in Arm Wrestling Simulator. So we're gonna need the biggest, best, baddest pet in the entire game in order to get enough strength to beat those bosses when that world does come out. So we will be replacing our 2.8 billion Shadow Hound pet that we've been using over the last few weeks. And we're also going to be doing some tests to see how strong is my team at the very end of this, because there's a chance we might have one of the world's strongest teams in all of Arm Wrestling Simulator. But the next step over in this process is to head to the beach world, because that is of course where the void machine is located. And for me, I do have a game pass that basically makes it so this time is 0, but normally it takes 5 hours to go from golden to void, and that is the natural progression of pets in the game. But as you can see, like a 5-second timer, because you do have the void game pass. And oh, that is nice, a nice little even 600 million multiplier. Oh, and let's actually see what this looks like as well. We have some pets equipped. Show our pets turn on. I normally don't play with it because it just looks kind of wonky having all of the exact same pet turned on. But let us, I guess, equip this, unequip all, and then go see what this thing is looking. Yeah, dang, that is so huge. You can just barely see me at the bottom. This is too wicked. Now, I wanted to show it now because the next step, if you guys are familiar with the process of maxing out pets in Arm Wrestling Simulator, well, we have to go to the bunker because that is where our next evolution is. Oh, wait, I just realized, do we even have enough pet XP to max this thing out? At least on this account, we are definitely pretty far away. And I might have to see if I can't go buy some pet XP or something. But we have 317 apples. Now, this is one of the ways to increase a pet strength. So it went from, yeah, level 0 to level 33, and it just got a 100 million strength boost from 600 million to 700 million. So we're gonna max this out. Do not fear, do not worry. But again, I just wanted to show this pet in this crazy state before we ended up. Dude, I literally can't even have this turned on. I can't. I have to like run in for even in first person mode. I can't see anything. All right, turn the pets off, unfortunately, because next thing we have to do. Oh my gosh, how many pets are in here? Jeez, I have like 300 of these Dominuses, and ultimately I have to. God, dude, I have to keep them because they're best friend 8. Like I have to trade them to my alt account, but I'm obviously busy and in the middle of something. So we're gonna lock these up to make this process just a little bit easier. All right, well, it seems like locking these pets did absolutely nothing, but we're in World 4 because this mutate machine has a 1% chance of giving our pets the ghost mutate. And if you're wondering, what does that do? Well, it basically doubles the strength of your pet without you having to do literally anything. So unfortunately, we managed to get it glowing, and that's only, I think, like a 35% increase. So we have 1,000 of these health kits, which should be way more than enough, because usually it's not too brutal. Maybe it takes me 30 or so tries to get ghosts. Sometimes I've had to do this over 80 times in a row. But we basically go back and forth and back and forth. It's a pretty easy process. It's just very time consuming. And if you don't have these health kits, well, then you're just kind of out of luck and you can't do it at all. So this is nothing compared to our next step after this, and one of our actual final steps. So I'm just going to chill here, enjoy this time while I can, because the next one is so not fun. And I'll let you guys know when we get a ghost. Oh, Oh, that was so close. Come on. That's like the closest we've been so far.
6 hours later.
Oh my dude. Oh, what? How is that even possible? We're like 40 in and it's not going too great, as you can see. Oh, there we go. I had to do a little double take, but we finally, it only took around 10 minutes. So I don't know why I'm saying finally, but it took us around 50 spins, which is a little bit more than usual, but we have ourselves a ghost mutate of this cobalt. So now it is a elite cobalt, and we hover over, you can see it's void and ghost, and it's already sitting at a 1.4 billion multiplier. Pretty good if you ask me. Now, there is one final thing besides leveling it up with the pet XP, which I have a fear might be a little worrisome because I didn't account for that and I need to go get an absolute ton of pet XP. That's another problem for later on in the video, not a problem for me right now, because we have to worry about something even more difficult than just finding pet XP out there to be traded with. We have to get super lucky in this World 7 Slimify machine, which, as you guys know, bro, this is everyone's arch nemesis, because to get the best slime, the red slime, it gives a 2.25x multiplier. So this would immediately be like a 3 billion multiplier pet with a 2.25x on it, but there's only a 1.75% chance in getting that, and basically it's 1 in 50. Now I might be thinking, hey, that's not that bad. The last machine wasn't that bad, but let's go ahead and just roll this elite cobalt, see what we get. I already know it's gonna be something garbage. Yellow, literally the worst possible slime. Now we can go ahead and go back to the bunker, because that's how you de-slime it and basically repeat this process, but you're gonna see something that I don't like. Oh, let's not cure it. That would have been really bad. Let's de-slime it. It takes 1 minute, or we could skip it for 15 Robux. And because this process normally takes 30, 40, or 50 tries, I'm not gonna wait here for over an hour to do that. So we're gonna have to spend quite a lot of Robux in order to do this. So it's a super repetitive process, and it's just not really well optimized, because you got to go back to World 7, run all the way over here, and then you can finally deposit your pet in the machine. And I just assume I don't actually get it, so I instantly teleport back to the bunker, which we will go to the cure machine, hit de-slime, and this is where we see what we have, which, as you can see, we have another yellow. So it's a sucky process, but it's a part of the grind. You got to do it. You got to repeat it until we actually get the glorious red slime. So just gonna time lapse this one, because there's not gonna be anything actually fun about it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little time lapse session, because we ended up not getting it. I think we've done around 30 or 35 slimes, and well, as you can see, we're currently sitting with absolutely nothing. But remember how I mentioned that we needed some additional pet XP? Well, I ended up finding someone willing to trade some tokens for pet XP, which is perfect, because I do not mind, but we actually have enough. I think they wanted 400 tokens for 1250 of the blue apples. If you don't know, these blue apples are like the best in the game. And just to show you guys, our pet currently is level 33. And if we go ahead and go over and apply the rest of our blue apples, we should probably be close to like 70. Yeah, 62. Okay, it's not 70, but 62. Those apples are by far the most powerful. And as you can see, we're already at a 1.572 billion boost. And then we have a little bit of other pet XP. Actually, we don't have much. Oh, we have some godly bones. We can very much so chuck these on. So with the pet XP that I already had, we were able to get our pet up to level 78, which honestly is most of the way there. But listen, we're going for a fully max pet, and it wouldn't be fully max if we weren't able to get to level 99. So let's go ahead and trade over our tokens. Being a bit nice, because I feel like this deal is pretty good. 500 tokens are basically 500 Robux for enough pet XP to max everything out. Feels reasonable to me. And oh, 15, bro, he's chucking in more. He doesn't have to do that by any means, but 1,500 perfect apples. I kind of wanted to just give him some more tokens and not have him take all the apples, but hey, it works with me, fine by me. We now have enough pet XP to fully max out our elite pet, and very, very helpful, because that would have taken many hours of hard work, and apparently he's got something for me. Don't know what we're in for, if we're in for a treat or in for what. Oh, wait, there's a chat feature now? Is that new? Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that was there. Hey, you learn something every day in Arm Wrestling Simulator. 5 lucky blocks. Let's go. Big shout out, Mr. Weapon Fighting Sim Lover. What a name. All right, now we can head off to the garden, because that is mainly where you obtained all the pet XP in the first place. So we can go ahead and carefully apply this pet XP, because we're not going to need all of it. Let's go ahead and apply let's say 400 for now and see how close that gets us to our goal of level 99. Level 94, as you can see, it costs 10,000 XP per level. It's super expensive and it's just not worth it. If you guys are ever worrying about leveling up your pets, probably just get to like level 70, level 80, because maxing it out, I think it takes pretty much around as much pet XP from level 80 to level 100 as it does from level 1 to level 80. So you just have to dump in a ton of resources into these last levels. And whoa, not all of them, just 150. It's starting to go kind of slow now. So let's see, what is this? 97. Ooh, so close, probably like 50 more and we'll be there. So we'll have actually a lot of apples left over, which is perfect because when World 10 comes out, we're going to be needing some more pet XP big time. So level 99 has been achieved. 1.8 billion multiplier pet, and literally the last thing, all that's left to do is get it red slime. All that's left to do. I've been working my butt off so far and spent quite a few Robux actually as well, and still nothing. So we slime it, we roll it, we go back to the bunker, and we hope once and for all we can get a red slime and then chuck it into our team to see, hey, is this thing actually any good and was it worth grinding for? Oh, holy crap, I can't believe it. We've done it, folks. We have the red slime pet. Okay, and I want to see, I think that was around 40 or 45 slimes. It was a lot. That was by far the most strenuous part of this. It took 40 minutes of sliming while paying to skip. So imagine sitting there for a minute every time you want to slime and not paying Robux. Yeah, this could easily take an hour and a half, 2, maybe even 3 hours if you're unlucky. But for the grand reveal, I don't even know myself what the final number is going to be. 4 billion exactly. Let's go. So that is a 25% strength increase over our previous best pet, the Shadow Hound. Actually, a little bit more because I had 2.85 billion and ours has a little over 4 billion. So now all that's left to do is go ahead and put on our strength team. And then of course, first, let's lock this pet. We don't want to be losing it. Same thing with these other ones. Go ahead and lock them. And then we can equip it. And now our team, let's do a little bit of math. So this pet is, let's get super accurate here, okay? It's 4 billion, 36 million, and we have 44 best friend 8. So I guess we can chuck it. Well, let's not worry about the best friend 9. That is 177 billion total stats. We'll go ahead and add on the 4 billion, 36 million, and we have 181 billion total stat team. But folks, it doesn't end there. That is because there is a feature I don't think a lot of people actually talk about, but that is these pet wearables, and the fact that in World 10, you can actually purchase, or not World 10, get a little ahead of myself, World 9, you can purchase the Demon Crown for 50,000 tickets, and it gives you a 75% boost. Now, we do have some wearables, but I'm going to go ahead and take them all off just to make sure we can reapply them to the right team, and then of course, put the Demon Crowns on first. But there is a world in which I would be willing to sit down and actually grind out purchasing a bunch of Demon Crowns. So my problem is I'd have to transfer the tokens to my alt account, then my alt account's AFKing. Because they limit it to basically one Demon Crown purchase every, I think it's 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It's just a little slow. It's really tedious. And so it's just not something that I think would be super worth it. But we can go ahead and do a little math here in a second because we should be able to apply all of our pet wearables. Yeah, we do have, as you can see, where we don't have all of the pet wearable slots unlocked, but 35 pet wearables, probably averaging out to around a 40% boost on most of the team, but it's not on all the teams. So I'll say that gives us around like another 30% boost, being a little conservative, 236 billion stats, which is pretty impressive because I think for the Bunny Dominus, we had around just over like 300 billion stats. So considering this is free to play, because again, I did get this for free. I just opened Lucky Blocks, got it from the leaderboard. Okay, well, just kidding. The pet wearables, you have to spend Robux to get more pet wearable equipped. So that's not really free to play, but it's still 181 billion stats. That is absurd. So let's go ahead and actually see. Equip the bicep. We don't have on any of the 3x boost. We don't have any friends boost. And we just have a little bit of strength boost. But using those numbers, we should be able to calculate. So we have oh my gosh, 411 QI. So 411 times 3 for using the triple boost, and then times by 1.5 for staying in the server for 150 minutes, and then times 1.2. Oh no, I'm actually doing this all wrong. It's 120%. Hold up. So 411 times 3 times 2.5, sorry, and then times 2.2, 120%. Wait, you're telling me if I got all of the max boost, the the triple, the strength boost for time, and the friends boost. We would be getting, what is that? 6.7 SX per curl? There's no way. Okay, now listen, I'm not gonna be experimenting that with now because I have a feeling I'm going to need to save these codes for the new World 10 in about a week, or I guess by the time this is going up in a few days. So you will get to see me in action, probably using one of the strongest strength teams in the literal entire game of Arm Wrestling Simulator in just a few days. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to be subscribed. And again, I really hope, I mean, there is a small chance, or I guess there's actually a pretty good chance that this Elite Cobalt, since the base value of this pet might get heavily reduced and nerfed from the developers, that this is no longer my best pet. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because again, now that as you can see, there's 156 that exist. So there's even more that exist now than when we just started recording about an hour ago. And so this illegal and banned pet, I really hope we still get to take advantage of it because we did earn it fair and square. I understand it was a glitch. I understand it was a mishap. And if I do end up losing this pet, then that is fine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Arm Wrestle Simulator, or as you all can see behind me, the Christmas event is here, or almost here. Yeah, it looks like the developers today decided to put in a little sneak peek teaser for the Christmas event that is going to be coming in next week's update. Sorry, I didn't mean to fool you, didn't mean to trick you, but last year, the Christmas event was by far the single most OP event in the history of Arm Wrestle Simulator. So I'm hoping this event and the pets, arms, and items, everything we get from this live up to the hype. And although the classic event portal is no longer here, the event still is in the game. They've just put the portal off to the side, and that's where everything new, including a super OP free-to-play pet, is in. Today's update is the classic world. I'm gonna be honest in saying today's update was small, so small that I wasn't actually going to make a video, but the owner of the game came through, and I'll show you guys in just a second what I mean by that. As if we check the update log, nothing's even new. But checking the Discord, we can see the classic event part 2 is here. There's a new area in the classic world, which we're going to be exploring in just a second. There's now blueprints for crafting. Which is actually a feature we've seen before, but this time it looks a little bit different. There's a few more NPCs we can defeat, and there's a new endless bundle we will be checking out and spending just a few Robux on, as well as there's some new arms and pets, and then that's really it for the code this week. It's going to be hacker. If you go into the store, click codes, and type in hacker, you can get yourself a whopping 3x boost for 24 hours, just like you normally can. But that's it. I think originally the Christmas event was supposed to drop today. Oh no, actually a new world was supposed to drop, but something happened. I don't know. We've got a part 2 for the classic update, and we also have an insanely new OP pet. Now the new area is just over here. Like this is like all the update is, but don't let it deceive you. Even though this looks pretty small, there's a few items you can get in this update that could make a massive difference. But following the theme of the other classic event, they've just spread a few really easy NPCs around this map. I'm talking like 1 million strength. We're getting a few thousand tickets every time we defeat one of them. This guy should probably be maybe close to 10,000 tickets if I had to guess. 6,000 tickets, but we also get a virus hydra blueprint, which you might be thinking, what the heck is that? What is this guy talking about? Well, let's see if we can defeat another boss and get another blueprint to show you guys. There we go, another virus hydra blueprint. Okay, we're probably only gonna get stuck into those because those are the most common ones, but you can see over here, there's the blueprinter, and it says craft insane items. Now, they're not actually lying about that, because in this blueprint section, we're able to craft some really insane pets and items. The first one is going to be a virus hydra, which is a 40 million base multiplier. Oh my gosh, 100,000 of these already exist. That's insane. Guaranteed best friend 6 or best friend 7, and a really small chance for best friend 8. You also have the digital arm, which is a 7.5x strength multiplier when you train. So that's actually really insane. If you could get a bunch of these golden and craft these up, that'll be an insanely OP arm. There's also a schematic medal, which, let me see, if we go to our items and medals, we can see, oh, there's so many medals now. The schematic is a 1.35x medal, so not crazy, not bad by any means, but that could be a big boost for anyone play the game, especially free-to-play players. And then last but certainly not least is the Giga digital hydra. Now there's only 14 of these that exist, and I have a feeling that I have a few of them in my inventory, as I'll show you guys in just a second. But this is a base multiplier, 445 million, guaranteed best friend 9, chance of a 10, and an 11. Absolutely insane pets, and you get these blueprint pieces from going around and defeating these NPCs here in part 2 of the update. And so it's super random. My understanding is that this pet you can get in just a few minutes of playing the update. This arm will probably take maybe, I don't know, want to say like 20-30 minutes of just AFK, or like not AFK, but defeating these bosses. The schematic, probably an hour, and then this is like hours and hours and hours of grinding, because as you can see, you walk up to a random boss, and there's just a chance you'll get one of those medals. You're not guaranteed to get one of the blueprints, but I want to say there is a pretty decent chance of you being able to find one of them. Let's see if we can actually get a little bit lucky here and get maybe one of the arm ones. That'd be really sick. Okay, we are getting absolutely bodied. This is really unfortunate. We're not getting anything. Oh my gosh, what is happening, dude? Okay, there we go. Another virus hydra blueprint. Man, that is unfortunate. Now, I just said a second ago that I might happen to have my hands on a few of those Giga digital hackers, and that is true. As yesterday, the owner of the game Tins decided to bestow upon me 9 of the Giga Digital Hydra golden versions, which in today's video, I'm going to be giving away to one lucky viewer. Now, the reason I asked for 9 of these pets from him, and you can see right here, this is where he was just slapping him on my inventory, and I didn't even know what to do at this point. But with 9 of these pets, what I'm able to do is craft them up all into a huge version, turn that into void, and then go through the process of making it a Goliath, and then turning it into a ghost, and sliming it, and leveling it up, and doing all that stuff, because I want to see what the max strength multiplier is on this pet, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the new strongest free-to-play pet in the entire game, but I think it's pretty hard to get your hands on, and so obviously me myself, I wouldn't have had the time to sit down and grind it out, but because I don't really need this pet, and now that we're in December, the month of giving, I thought I would go ahead and craft up a max version of this OP free-to-play pet, and then just give it away to someone who watches today's video. But before we did that, I did want to take a look at this brand new hacker pack. Because this update is so small, I did still want to try to get some upgrades and updates to my team that I normally try to do when these updates come out. And since I'm giving away the pet today, well, I don't really have any upgrades that I can snag, but hopefully this brand new hacker pack will have something. And I feel like the endless bundles have been pretty hit or miss, so I'm hoping early on we do get some nice goodies that maybe we can use next week when the Christmas update comes out, as the best pet currently in this is a 680 million base multiplier. Baby pet is crazy. And then we have an arm, a 12x arm would be nuts if I could get a few of these. Endless Charm is still super OP. The Intruder Metal is a 1.5x multiplier. And then the exclusive Atlantis egg, which I probably still have a ton of these. An Endless Gift. What is this? Wait. Is this in like my items or something? What the heck is an endless gift? What? Open for loot? A potion bundle, that's it. Wait, I have 10 of them. Why do I have 10 of these? Whoa, chocolate donuts, potion bundle. Okay, not the best. Chocolate donuts are actually really sick. I'm not gonna complain about that, but the potion bundles aren't great. Actually, a training potion is pretty solid. Let's see, anything else? Nope. Nothing else amazing. That's kind of interesting though. So season XP, have we already maxed out our season? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. This season, I'm not even like maxing it out, which is kind of funny. This is like the first season in quite a long time I've decided to not max it out, because this pet is really OP. The Giga Nightfall is super OP, but I mean, it's not a huge boost in spending. I'd rather spend my Robux on the hacker pack or something like that, because honestly, it's just a whole lot more fun spending Robux on these endless bundles. But we're gonna get more gifts, an anonymous dog, which is winner 5. Come on, man. Where's like when are they gonna drop like a winner 6 or winner 7 enchant that we can get? Holy, these godly training potions are super sick. And then what? This does not look the same at all, but we do get the binary 12x multiplier training strength arm and a few luck 2 potions, which give us an extra 150% luck when opening up eggs. So I'm definitely gonna need to make sure that I save up all of these goodies for next week Christmas event, because I'm hoping that it is just the best event we've seen in such a long time. I'm probably putting a lot of expectations, some high expectations on this event, but as you guys know, last year's Christmas event was literally, it was broken. It was broken for every type of player, and it was the most fun event I think the game has ever had. It gave us endless golden OP reindeers, which I think a lot of us still hold on to. We've got some more godly training potions, and ooh, we're spending 650 Robux for basically a whole lot of nothing. We're gonna get a bunch of chocolate donuts, which is nice, but a winds potion too. I also want to check something. I feel like I'm 99% sure that it says treat your pets for 15% more strength for 5 minutes, but when you put one on, it's 20 minutes. Okay, so that's good to know, because 20 times 30, that's like 10 hours of chocolate donut boost, if I'm not mistaken. So that's actually really helpful. It just says 5 minutes, and they're lying, which I don't know why they would lie about that. But a Lux Charm, don't really need one of those. Already have a ton. We get more exclusive Atlantis eggs, which at this point, how many do I have? How many of these Atlantis eggs? Where did I find them? At the bottom. We've got 67 Robux Atlantis eggs. We've got a bunch of music eggs. We have rich eggs. Dang. And Safari, bro. This is like 10, 20,000 Robux worth of eggs just sitting in my inventory. And I'm just storing them up, saving them for a rainy day. But we're going to get more Wins 2 potions and some black slime buckets. Okay. Oh, an endless charm. That is huge. That's a big, like 15% training strength boost for all of my pets. Oh, that is massive. Now, it's getting a bit pricey, as you can see. It's getting a bit pricey. What I really want to get is this intruder metal, because this will put us at 3 of the binary arms. If we could turn this into a golden, what is that, 18x boost? If I could do my math, which I hope I can. Oh, 2 endless charms and 2 arms. That is insane. We're getting blessed. Okay, 3 red slime buckets is... Wait. 2 endless... We've got 3 endless charms? That's a 45% strength boost. And with the binary, oh my gosh. We're actually so OP. And then, oh my god, we're getting a load of garbage. This is a load of crap. Are you kidding me? A red slime bucket, 3 for 1,000 is like the worst use of my Robux I think I've ever found in this game. Oh my gosh. But sometimes, gamers, you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna get a bunch of Robux eggs. And oh my gosh, which pet is that? I think it's the Giga hacked octopus, not the mega glitched hacker. But we'll see here. It is the Giga hacked octopus Lucky 6. We already have a full team of Lucky 6 enchanted pets, but it's always 285% strong as our best pet. And we can put on a charm in that slot. But whoa, that is 22 training potions is crazy. I think after this, we're going to end it here. Unless I see the intruder medal or the mega glitch hacker, we're probably just going to call it, because spinning, like, bro, this is where things get expensive. Listen, guys, I still got my Christmas gifts this year. I still have a bunch of giveaways planned, and so I don't want to spend all of my Robux here on this hacker pack. But wow, we get a Giga hacked octopus. Bang, that is huge. 2 ghost mutation. No, that's actually, dude, that is actually clutch. 12,500 season XP. We're gonna get 22 training potions and 4 training charms is massive. That's another 20% strength training boost. I don't think so, guys. I don't think spending 1,500 Robux for 2 ghost mutates is worth it, because everything else doesn't really help me out. Now, the only problem is we've got 3 of these arms. Wait, what? Wait, the binary arms say they're 12x and they just lied. They're 11.5. Anyways, those are still really good, but we've got a problem, because I want to turn this into a golden, but I don't know if I actually can, because there's only a 60% chance. I would spend more Robux to guarantee it, but I don't see any more of these arms. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Maybe we just hold on to these arms and see what happens. But I think for now, I'll call it quits here, because we still have to turn all of these Giga digital hacker pets into the maxed best free-to-play pet in the entire game. Now, again, I know realistically, or not even realistically, there's no way one person could sit down and grind all these pets and grind all these blueprints for themselves and make this pet. It's just not realistic. But what I have been hearing is if you have extra blueprints, you can kind of trade and barter and say, hey, I've got 8 of these, schematic metals. Give me 1 of the digital hydra blueprints, and we'll call it a day. I don't think that's the actual trading ratio, but as always, you guys can join the Arm Wrestle Simulator Discord and ask around and see what people are willing to trade, barter. Maybe you could trade pets for different things. I'm not sure. Just want to throw that out there that, you can get a little bit creative in the ways that you try to get this pet. But fortunately enough for me, we've got all the pets needed to go ahead and craft this into a max pet. And again, all we have to do to win this pet is just comment your name down below on this video. No need to join any sort of giveaway. Just make sure you like today's video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And also, again, make sure you comment your Roblox username down below, so that way I can go to the garden and then just simply type in your name and gift you the pet. Now, a few weeks ago, maxing out this pet would have been an absolute chore, but fortunately enough for us today, it shouldn't take that long to max things out. Now, if we go back to our Giga Digital Hacker, which this pet just looks so sick, all of these are best friend 9 pets, so I hate combining best friend 9s, but for the sake of making this the best pet the game has ever seen, I think that's a fair price to pay. We can go ahead and start things off. I need to make sure we can craft all of these into a huge, and then this golden pet can instantly be voided. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So we can craft this into a big, and then one of these bigs is already a 1 billion multiplier pet. Dude, that is insane. So we have 3 big pets, which of course then gets crafted into a huge pet. And oh my gosh, the pet is so big. There's no border around it. It's breaking the in-game menu. We've got a 1.3 billion multiplier, huge Giga golden digital hydra. But now what we could do, since it's a huge, is take it over here to this Goliath machine, which I hope you guys are using because it is free and it does give your pets, I think, like a 25% strength boost if it is a huge. We're not waiting around though. You can't wait for 15 minutes. It's free. I don't got time for that. We're gonna go and speed things up. Claim this Goliath pet. And then our Giga digital hydra is now a 1.6 billion multiplier pet. We are getting somewhere. Now, the next phase, as you guys know, to go ahead and make pets even stronger is if you have a golden pet, then you can go over here to this void machine. And because I have the old void game pass, which is no longer in the game, I can turn these, what would take 5 hours, I can craft a void into a golden. I can craft a golden to a void completely free instantly. As you'll see, it'll take 2 seconds and it's already done. Normally it's free and you just wait a few hours. But for me, we wait 2 seconds. We can claim this pet. Thank you very much. And now, what is the multiplier? If we type in digital, we got a 2.2 billion level 1 Goliath Giga Void Digital Hydra. Looking pretty good, gamers. Looking pretty good. Now, if this was a few weeks ago, we would have had to head over here to the nuclear bunker, go over here to this mutate machine, and try over and over and over to get a 1% chance ghost mutate, because this ghost mutate doubles the strength of your pet, but it's a 1% chance of getting it. So it'll take me like 100 tries to get it, and it is so freaking slow. And I've got a bunch of pets. My inventory is an absolute mess, and I don't even know where this pet is. I don't know where this pet is. So even if I wanted to mutate for fun, I don't even know. But just to show, you'd have to do this, spin this. It's a 1% chance. It goes around and around and around. And of course, you're not going to get what you want. Then you go over here to the cure machine. You cure your pet, and it takes so long. But a few weeks ago, the developers decided to add in the best item of all time. They added in these gemstones, these ghost mutation gemstones. We still have 2 of these right here in our hacker pack, but we also have 5 in our inventory. So these mutate any pet of our choice to a ghost. Well, let us have it spin that wheel over and over. But as you can see, it is not tradable. So you're not able to buy or trade for these. You just have to get lucky and get them in game, or I guess spend Robux in game to get these gems. And so we still have a few of these, and again, I'm gifting this pet away, so one of you all is getting my ghost mutation gems. Do I have any signatures left? Dang it, what happened to those? I feel like I had a lot of those signed pencil things, and now I just don't have any of them. But anyways, we can go ahead, ghost mutate it, make sure we click on the right one, the Giga Digital Hydra. I think I keep saying Giga Digital Hacker. Sorry about that. Click on it. This pet is now a whopping 4.47 billion multiplier pet with the world's longest name, Goliath Ghost Giga Digital Hydra. Holy crap, I'm even getting myself tongue twisted. That's insane. And there's only 2 more things we could do to make this pet even more OP. And one of them, unfortunately, I don't have the best slime bucket in the game. I'm not sure why, but the orange slime buckets are so hard to get your hands on. And if you're wondering what the heck is a slime bucket, well, over here in World 7, the Space Center, if you run over here to the right side of the screen, you can go ahead and slime your pets, which if we click this question mark, you can see that a green slime will give your pet a 2.55x multiplier. Black is 2.4x, but this is even crazier. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance for getting a green, 1 in 200 chance for getting black, and then it gets a little bit more common, but the multipliers get a little bit worse. But fortunate enough, again, for us, is that actually a while ago, they added it so you can just have these slime buckets in the game. And so if we take this green slime bucket and we go over to, again, the Giga Digital Hydra, this will get a 2.5x multiplier right here, right now, and we can go see what that multiplier is. Probably upwards of 10 billion. Oh, it's 11 billion. It is an 11 billion multiplier pet, and it's level 1. And if you don't know why that's a big deal, well, if you take a pet from level 1 and you max out to level 250, and that again doubles the strength of a pet. So we have a lot of pet XP to apply to this pet. And if someone were to get their hands on this pet and make it a orange slime, I think it'd probably be around 12 billion. But again, I don't have my hands on any orange slime buckets, unfortunately. Now, to get the most pet XP possible for this pet, we're going to go back to the garden and head over here to the upgrade snacks because, wait, where is it? Uh-oh, do I not have pet XP? I must have some on some alt accounts. Or let me go see these pineapples. How much pet XP are we going to get from that? 250 pet XP when we get to our pets. I thought these dragon fruits were pet XP. They're obviously not. Oh, wait, we have enchanted raspberries. Oh, they just weren't showing up in here. We have regular raspberries because I was like, yeah, I must have 1,000,000 raspberries. We do. So we have 18,000 enchanted raspberries, and each of these give us our pets 130 pet XP. And I think we're going to need quite a lot of pets to make this a reality. So let me go ahead and just unequip something random. Sure, let's unequip the Giga Ghost Neon Corrupt and then find that digital hacker, because for this we need to make sure our pet is equipped. And you'll see right now it's 11.4 billion multiplier. As soon as we start spamming these enchanted raspberries, this thing is going to fly through the levels. So we could already check, and as you can see, it is already a 13 billion multiplier pet because it is level 41. So all we have left to do is to spam up enough pet XP so that way this pet gets to level 200, and with another 100 pets fed, let's see, this is now 16 billion multiplier. So yeah, this pet could be well over 20 billion total multiplier, which we're gonna get here done in just a second. So time to go spam up a ton of pet XP, and I'll see you guys in a second. Holy crap, it's already level 182. But this is where things start to really slow down, because in order to just level it up once, we have to apply like 50 different enchanted raspberries. So I might get to level 200. I mean, whoever gets this pet, I'm hoping will max it out over time by using it, grinding with it, AFKing with it, and whatnot. But I don't want to burn, you know, all of my enchanted raspberries on this one pet. So let's go back and see. Giga Digital. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to call it here. But if we have this pet equipped, as you can see, we currently have 1,265 XP towards the next level. If we go to the Rift, which I was also going to head here anyways to test out how strong this pet is in the final world. And if we auto fight the Lightbringer just once, then you'll see that this pet gets quite a lot of pet XP, 1,285. So it gets about 20 pet XP every time you defeat a boss. And that basically means you can get like 20,000 pet XP per hour just by AFKing bosses in a later stage world. So I think I'm just going to save the rest of my raspberries, not go broke. And again, hope that whoever gets this is able to max it out. But now that we do have this pet equipped, and I think, is it even my best pet? If it's not, it is sure dang close, because it's 22 billion multiplier. Again, you could get this pet for free, but I happened to get it from the owner. So anyways, let's go ahead and train using the best training method here, which I'm not even sure what it is. Now, we only are getting 4 octillion per curl, but I think that's because we don't have our arm on. No, don't have an arm. Do we have a trainer equipped? We have a trainer equipped. Our medals are already equipped. If we go to auras, turn on the classic, bada bang, bada boom. Our trails don't do anything really. I feel like there's a few different things we could use to get more strength. What about this? 104 octillion. That's pretty bad. What about grips? Are grips the best way to train in this world? I honestly don't even know the best way to train. I think it's actually gonna be this. Yes, 73 octillion per curl. Now, there is a 2x event and a 3x weekend, but we don't have our friends boost. We don't have the 3x server boost. We could probably be getting close to 1 in per curl with this, which is, that's absurd. That's like absolutely ridiculous. And so this pet is super OP. I just don't really have a use for it at the moment, which is pretty unfortunate. But I think in a few weeks, World 17 should be getting released. But for the next few weeks, we're going to be focusing all of our efforts on the Christmas world. So much content dropping in Wrestle Simulator over the course of December. And again, hopefully a ton of giveaways, because you guys have been super supportive over the last year of me posting Roblox content. So again, to enter the giveaway for this pet, just make sure you guys comment your name down below. Make sure you like today's video and are subscribed to the channel. And then in 7 days, I'm going to be choosing a random comment and gifting out the pet. Welcome back to Wrestle Simulator, where today I plan on breaking the game. Now, that's a pretty big claim, but I've done a lot of preparation to make sure that I can basically generate unlimited free OP pets inside of the game, and not just pets, but arms and other goodies that'll set me up for the rest of the game. It's been probably about a year or so since Wrestle Simulator had its last major, I don't want to say exploit, but let's just say opportunity to really get a lot of good pets. And that, of course, was last year's Christmas event with the golden reindeers, where almost 1 million of these reindeers were put in existence of the game. And at the time, they were the most powerful pet of all time. They were insanely OP. And since then, well, if we go take a look at our inventory, golden, we still have quite a few of these pets. And it says 370,000 exist, but I feel like way more exist. Maybe some have been deleted, honestly. I don't know. But this is really the last time, about a year ago, that you're able to obtain at mass a bunch of pets for free that you could then use to make you really OP and strong in the game. Now, fortunate enough, there is another Christmas event in the game, and well, would you believe it? This time around, there is another, again, I wouldn't say exploit, but another advantageous situation for us to take advantage of. Now, when this event originally came out about a week and a half ago, these first areas were not good. I was thinking, man, oh man, my expectations were high, but the rewards just weren't really that great. I mean, there was this merchant that sold some stuff and whatnot, and that was kind of it. You could really barely get anything good, and I was thinking, it's gonna be a dud. But a few days ago, the developers blessed us with an insane update that I've pushed to the absolute limits, and so here's the game plan. Now, the most recent update, Santa's Workshop, was released, which is basically just another area of the Christmas events where there's new eggs, there's new bosses, and if you've played Armor Simulator before, that's pretty much how these events go. Every week, slightly better rewards and bosses get released as time goes on. But there's something over my shoulder back there, the Workshop Fortune Wheel, that says receive special rewards from a chanced wheel. And this is what we're going to be taking advantage of because, well, in my eyes, the developers have made a little bit of an oversight with this wheel and how it functions. And although this Giga Ice Squirrel pet is a 1 in a 10,000 chance of getting it, I plan on walking out of here with nearly a full team of these pets today, all for free and without spending a single Robux. Now, all you really need to know are two things. The first of which being we need 20,000 candy canes each and every time we want to spin this wheel. But I plan on spinning this wheel hundreds of thousands of times. And so how am I going to make this happen? Well, fortunately enough for us, in the most recent update, when they added this workshop, they also added some really OP bosses. And when they did this, I don't know if they actually calculated how easy it is for us to get these candy canes, because if I equip a full team of candy cane crusaders, which these give us a boost on the amount of candy canes we get. Every time I defeat the Ice Yeti, I get 11,000 candy canes. And the best part is I can auto fight the Yeti about 1,000 times per hour, 24 hours a day, as many days as I want to. And so I'm basically making around 11 million candy canes per hour. Multiply that by 24 hours on 264 million candy canes per day per account. And again, doing a quick simple math, that's around 13,000 wheel spins per day. So basically, every day I'm guaranteed to get one of these Giga Ice Squirrels, which just happened to be one of the best pets in the entirety of the game's existence. Not to mention this Frost Arm, which when we combine it up, and oh, we will be combining up this arm, it'll be almost 2 times as strong as my current best arm, which right now sits at a 9,000%. And I think this arm is going to be around a 14,000% fighting strength arm, which is insanity. But I can already hear your questions, Quacks. Wait, you said you weren't going to spin this wheel hundreds of thousands of times and you can only spin it a few thousand times a day. Where's the other wheel spins coming from? Well, this is where I'd love to introduce you all to my army of 8 alt accounts that over the last 2 days I have spent tediously grinding, probably putting in 8 or 10 hours total across these accounts, getting them leveled up, getting them equipped, so that way each alt account can auto fight the Ice Yeti boss and also hit 10,000 candy canes every time the account beats a boss. So whipping out our handy dandy calculator, assuming each account makes 10 million candy canes per hour, we've got 9 accounts, so we're making 90 million candy canes per hour. Multiply that by 24 and we are clearing over 2 billion candy canes per hour, per day, every single day. So I think you're starting to see where all the wheel spins are coming from. And so each day I can, across all my accounts, and again, I am very aware that not everyone has this many alt accounts and has this little of a life as me. I'm aware I have no life, and everyone else watching the video has life and doesn't do this. I get that. But for me, I could do this. I could take advantage of it, and we can get some crazy, insane rewards. And since we can get snowflakes over here at spawn, there is a snowflake merchant that permanently sells this Giga stocking cat, which is also a 450 million, 250% multiplier pets, which is just insane. So we're also going to be guaranteed getting one of these pets on each one of our accounts, plus hopefully upwards of 30 of these Giga ice scrolls, all for myself. But again, not to mention each of my alt accounts should have a fully maxed out frost arm, which is awesome. A bunch of workshop top hats, which will also be super helpful with the new World 17 that has already come out, at least by the time you guys are watching this video. But I am a little bit scared because this timer is basically the timer until the brand new update comes out, the new Christmas update, and there's no guarantee that the developers will go ahead and nerf this wheel, but I don't know. I feel like they will. So I need to get to work ASAP. Me and my alt accounts, we need to get busy fighting the Ice Yeti and grinding up as much candy as possible, because we might have a short time frame of just a few days to generate the candy and then spin it to get literally as many Giga Ice Scrolls as we want, not to mention a bunch of these other good rewards. So gamers, we're gonna get in the trenches, get wrestling the Ice Yeti, and I'll come back in about 24 hours with status update. Well, would you look at that? It's been actually around 2 days this time, and our plan worked out, or I guess is working, is the current terminology. Let me actually check the wheel. Okay, that would have been sad. I haven't checked the wheel in like 2 days. Everything is the same, but if they would have updated it and I wouldn't have known, I would have cried actual tears. But as you can see, almost 400 million candy canes on this account alone, which is just ridiculous. But let's go see the workshop merch. And you got basically nothing that I would want for my 400 million candy canes. We get some snowflakes, and that's basically it. Everything's been smooth sailing. Some of our accounts have got disconnected and yada yada, but we're looking at around 3 billion total candy, so things are going good. And I wanted to also go ahead and snag some more snowflakes, so that way, hey, and I guess another arm, so that way we can go out there and purchase the first pet out there. Oh my gosh, 7,000 of these exist. Yeah, bro, this wheel's getting cooked. There's no way after this week this wheel is getting absolutely cooked into the ground, bro. 7,000 of these exist. That's insane. So we need 250,000 snowflakes, which really shouldn't take long from this wheel spin. Let me actually go teleport out there and see how many I already have, because yeah, 64,000 snowflakes. We need 250,000 to get the Giga stocking cat. 10,000 of these exist. Jeez, that's ridiculous, but it's just so good. I can't not get it. So I am going to go ahead and get 250,000 snowflakes really quickly, which I'm hoping shouldn't take too much longer, but I guess we will see. And also see if we get lucky. I mean, I think on actually one of my other accounts, I have got the Giga Ice Scroll. It'd be funny if it's this account. I don't think so. Giga, no, not the Giga Ice Scroll. We do have it on one of the accounts. We have the Giga Ice Scroll. I was just spinning, doing the exact same thing, trying to get the arm, and I managed to get the pets now. So I'm assuming we're going to be getting a lot of these pets, which I'm very much so looking forward to, and looking forward to tomorrow being able to rip through billions of candy canes. But for now, just need to get ourselves 250,000 snowflakes. All right, bro, we didn't get anything good. That's not really a shock, but I've been spinning this wheel forever. I will say one thing: the 10x wheel spin, nice. What's not nice is how slow the dang wheel is, but oh, I gotta go back to the grind. Only 195k snowflakes. Dang it. All right, now we gotta be cooking. We gotta be cooking now. All right, 265,000 snowflakes so we can pick up our first Giga stocking cat, our first of many. And you know what? We have so many candy canes to burn. I might as well let's just have fun. I don't even know what these Christmas keys are good for, considering all of our accounts are about to be maxed out with arms anyways, but that's all right. That's okay. So this cat, unfortunately, it isn't refreshed, or like it isn't restocked, meaning I can purchase it once per account, and that's it. So we're gonna get 9 of these across our accounts, but it's the other pet I'm hoping I get like 20, 30 of something insane to walk out here with a full inventory of. But gamers, just wanted to give you guys a little update. Things are going well, but it's time to get back to the grind, and I will see you officially tomorrow when we're going to be opening billions, when we're going to be spending billions and billions of candy canes trying to get OP pets. Gamers, we have officially done it. 3 days of grinding, and a whopping 6 billion, yes, that is with a B, 6 billion candy canes across all of my accounts have been secured, which is just absurd. But there's only one thing left to do, and that is get to spinning. Now, by my calculations, I think each hour we can spin around 1 billion candy in terms of these wheels. So it's gonna take a few hours of just spinning this wheel. But with 6 billion candy, okay, all right, sick. I don't know how I got 3 of those. That's insane. We should have around 300,000 of these wheel spins. And so if my math is math, then 300,000 times 1 in 10,000, that's 30. 30 of these pets. Well, not even counting the other pets we're going to be getting using these snowflakes. So we could be walking out here with around 40 total pets from this event. They're all insane. Again, 275% strong is our best pet. 500 million base multiplier. That's like a 30 billion multiplier pet. Okay, if we were to max it out, which I mean, there's a chance. There is a chance. So all I'm focused on now is just doing this, clicking this button. And again, I'm not the one doing it. I'm not gonna be sitting here clicking over and over and over. It would be really cool to see me get one of the Giga ice scrolls. I did mention earlier, I had already, I was lucky enough to find one. But, I mean, it's just going to be so many of these snowflakes and these candy canes, none of these rewards that don't actually matter. And so instead, I'm just going to do all of this myself off camera. Because again, I mean, even if I time lapse this and speed it up, it's just this blur of a wheel and then it pops up and it flashes and you can't even see what I'm getting. I don't even know what I'm getting. So I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. 6 billion candy, like 4 days of grinding. And again, maybe I could have kept going further. Maybe they nerf this one. Maybe they make it easier for us to open it. Okay, I highly doubt that because there's 10,000 of these Giga ice scrolls that I've found. But the next time you guys see me, we're going to be going through every single reward we got. However many godly potions, top hats, arms, most importantly, Giga ice scrolls. I mean, bro, we're about to be decked out. And I cannot wait for it. So I'm going to get the grinding, spinning these wheels, and I'll see you guys in a second. The time has finally come. Our last wheel spin is here. And it took so long for me to spin the wheels that it's actually the next day. And as you can see, something massive has changed with this wheel. The odds are so much worse. I swear this used to be like a 1. Maybe this is the same, but I thought this used to be like a 1 in like 100 and something. The rest are basically the same. I think the godly training potion might be worse odds as well. But this, the OP pet, the Giga ice scroll, something that hopefully we should have a lot of on this account, is a 1 in 28.5 thousand. So it is now almost 3 times harder to get this pet than when we originally were spinning our wheels. So that is perfect. That's literally what I was hoping to do, is earn as much candy as I could before they kind of realized their mistake, and then boom, I feel like I just proved to you guys that they did make a mistake. So all we have to do now is just tally up our rewards, which I kind of want to start with our godly training potions, because I already had some, but now we have 82, which is, oh, that is so much on one account. Again, the snowflakes, I guess we can go and purchase the pets. Oh my gosh, the top hats. Wait. If I put, let's just see, let's equip our best team right here. And if I auto train, we're going to be getting 1.7 million. So whatever, that's not great. But if we equip best, let's see, did we equip best? I think so. Dude, how many hats do we have? Oh my gosh, that's so many wizard hats. I just want to make sure I'm not deleting all. Oh my gosh, 340 wizard hats, bro. My inventory is an absolute mess. So it looks like we can't get any boosts in here, which is unfortunate, but we should have a full inventory of 250% multiplier reparables for every single one of our accounts. But of course, well, I don't really care about that. I really just care about my arm. And we also have an insane amount of these frost arms. I mean, look at this. It's just one account. So I think on every account, we should be able to get a max 13,000% arm, which I'll show you guys here in just a second. But I also want to see how many Giga ice scrolls do we have? Okay, on this account, again, I haven't transferred over anything, and that's what I'm about to do, is go on all my accounts and transfer things over. But ice scroll, oh my gosh. Yeah, bro, I rinsed them. On one account, I got five baby Giga ice scrolls. Again, these are like 30 billion multiplier pets. If you were to max them out, I probably won't, and I'm probably just gonna keep them as is for the pet multiplier. But dude, are you kidding me? This is insane. That's just one account. We have like 9 to go. So let me also make sure we go for this Christmas event and snag our pet. Oh my gosh, 21 million snowflakes. I mean, I wish I could spin them all, but I can't. I literally can't like spin anything else. I'm just like, that's the only thing you can really use your snowflakes for. So that is ridiculous. Is there a snowflake leaderboard? No, there's a candy cane leaderboard, and there's a strength leaderboard, but there's no snowflake leaderboard. We're actually kind of close to being on the strength leaderboard, which is funny. And man, we probably would have been on the most candy canes leaderboard if I had taken a look, because most of our accounts had right around like the 700-800 million mark, but I can't believe it. That's so ridiculous. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is go to all my alt accounts and craft up a bunch of these 13,000% arms and just keep them on the alt accounts, so that way they stay nice and strong. And then we're of course gonna transfer all of our pets over to this account, so that way I can let you know the final total and I can show you guys how many pets we were able to snag from this absolute insane wheel spin. We have just crafted an insane number of 9,300% arms. Last week, this would have been my all-time best arm on my main account. Now I have like 20 of these on one account, on alt account. So now we're gonna head to the Roman Empire. I just want to show this to you guys once, because I haven't even seen it myself, and I just want to see, please, bro, how insane is 20 of them? Oh my gosh. I clean out like the rest of my arms as well, so it should be a nice and clean inventory now, because I know you guys, every time I upload a video, you yell at me and you go, quacks, bro, delete your arms, delete your old pets. And I go, man, I'm too lazy, I don't want to do that. But here we go. This is a 12,090% arm. This right here gives me 120x strength boost when it comes to, you know, multiplying this number by 120x. It's about to get higher. 130x multiplier, 13,000% frost arm with now 14D strength, which is good, but like compared to like the mega boss and all that stuff, like bro, this account can't even go to the new World 17, which is crazy. Well, World 17 is kind of mid anyway, so I'm not trusting too much, but wow, bro, this is in each account gets this. Oh my gosh. Now I've already transferred over these squirrels from this account, and man, we had quite a few. So again, we're gonna get back to the grind and get all my accounts set up with these arms. And then wait, let me actually see however many godly potions I have on this account. 40. Oh my gosh. So I probably had none before this, so I can estimate a good 40 potions per account. That's an extra like 360 potions. That's like what, 180 hours of a double strength training boost. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bro, we are chilling. We are like infinitely chilling. Shout out this wheel, man. It just set me up for like the rest of my life. Let's go. And well, oh well, we have the final tally. We've gone through all of our accounts, transferred over all the pets, and most importantly, spend as many snowflakes as we can. And I thought, what better way to flex off the new pets in the brand new world? And so what was it? The squirrel. Oh, this is my first time seeing it myself. This is 21. That's what, because it's 7 per row, right? Yes, that's 28, 35, 36 giga ice squirrels. That's pretty right on par, considering we had what, 6 billion. Yeah, that's actually a little bit slightly lucky, which is crazy. And then what was the other one? It was the some giga something, the giga stalking cat. So we've got 8 of these, 8 stalking cats. We've got 36. That is 44 pets that we got for free, just grinding that single wheel. So again, it's not often that you get these opportunities to just go crazy, go ham, but I had a feeling this was one of these opportunities. And in the most recent update, they have added a new Frostlands, which I feel like I've determined that this is another good use of the wheel spin. Just because it's so low barrier to entry. I'm not really gonna grind it for this Giga Ice Yeti, but these ice cubes, you get a lot. If we go ahead and fight the Snow Patrol, I think it's what, 20? Yeah, 20 ice cubes. And so you basically beat a boss twice, and you get enough ice cubes to go ahead and fight, to go ahead and spin that wheel, or just do that right there, beat some NPC bosses. And so the arms would be huge, but I'm definitely not going to make like an entire separate video, because it'll just basically be the exact same thing. But now, since they've nerfed this, we'd probably only maybe be able to get like 5 or 6 over the course of a few days. So definitely just going to be grinding this out for the sake of getting these arms from my alt accounts, because not a single one of my alt accounts, this is my main account, but not a single one of my alt accounts has a bunch of these training arms. But to go ahead and end things off, we're going to unequip all and then equip every single one of these pets, and then show you guys what they look like all equipped. All right, so here's most of them. If we click show our pets, oh my gosh, there's actually so many. Holy crap. Okay, this guy's in the pet, don't worry, he's a little trainer we have equipped. But then we have, what is it? The stalking. Yeah, we got the Giga stalking cats. Dude, it worked out pretty much as good as I wanted to. I said I wanted like a full inventory, like a full pet team. We got 44, and those pets back there, oh my gosh, bro. This is crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully you were able to benefit from the wheel while it lasted. As always, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Arm Wrestle Simulator, where today we're hopping on the prison bus, which every time I say that makes me sound like a criminal, but trust me, it is a good thing, because here in the limited time prison event is arguably the best pets and rewards we've ever seen in the game from an event like this. Now, in order to get to the OP juicy rewards, we first need to go ahead and hop down this hole. We need to break out of prison and go into the underground. And okay, this is kind of a maze down here, but okay, World 2 is this way, and that is exactly what we are looking for, because here in World 2, if we climb this rope and escape the prison, we've made it out, and we've also uncovered the area with the most insane pets of all time. Now, this might seem like a pretty plain area, but trust me, there's more than meets the eye, because over here, this egg contains single-handedly one of the most OP free-to-play pets the game has ever seen, the Giga Sub-Zero Dragon, that has a 665 million base multiplier, and it is always 290% as strong as our best pet. Now, that is absolutely insane, but in order to get that pet, well, or to get a chance to get that pet, we need to spend 2,500 prison coins to open one of the eggs. Now, if we open one of the eggs, well, we're not going to get it. And if we open another one, we're also not going to get it. How about a third? Okay, yeah, as you guys can tell, the odds aren't posted, but I'm assuming it's 1 in something like 10, maybe even 20, maybe 50 million odds of finding this pet. So we're going to be opening 1 million of these eggs today in hope to find this pet. Now, if I just sat here on my main account opening pets over and over, I'm sure eventually we would have a chance of getting it, but to speed things up, we're going to be opening this egg on a bunch of different accounts, but that's a problem because all my alt accounts have is 0 strength in the prison event. That's a big problem. That is a major problem because in order for us to go ahead and unlock the final world with the best egg, with the best bosses, we need over 600 million knuckle strength in order to just get to that area in the first place. So yeah, we're kind of cooked. We're kind of screwed right now. But luckily, what I can do is grind up a bunch of OP event pets like these prison tanks. And then I can go ahead and gift them over to my alt account. And that will have a huge head start in terms of actually gaining strength. So what we need to do is just basically sit down and AFK the Glacier Garden for a long time. I mean, every time we beat this guard, we get 5,000 coins, which is a lot because 5k coins is enough to open 2 eggs. And so the goal is to get 9 accounts over here in this zone, AFKing the boss. And then that way, we'll be able to open 1 million eggs in no time. But we need to get all of our accounts here. So I'm going to AFK this boss for maybe an hour or so, get a few million prison coins, and then come back, get a ton of OP pets, and then we'll see if we can start getting some of our alt accounts in this final zone. Okay, either I don't know how to do math, which is okay, no, I don't know how to do math. I thought I was gonna get like 1 million prison coins, but we got 10 million. I also AFK'd for a little bit more than 2 hours, which is what I was saying. I don't know how to do math, so we didn't time ourselves correctly. We can't do math, but that's okay because we have way more prison coins than I even know what to do with. So we have, actually, let's just go ahead. This might seem kind of dumb, but if we go ahead and delete all of these prison tanks that I just grinded for, like I want to say an hour or 2 ago to get all of these, we can go ahead and get a bunch more inventory space, which is perfect because we need that in order to get a bunch of these Sub-Zero monkeys. So let's go and put on some more luck, void, and golden potions, and then open, yeah, let's just open, I guess, like as much as I can hold, which should be 400 of these. And then there's also a chance we could get like the 1 in 100,000 pet. It's gonna be pretty rare, but I guess the chance is there. Again, we're just opening these right here to then make them into good pets and send them to my alt account. Like that's all we're doing. We're not even trying to get any of the really OP pets, but hey, I wouldn't complain if I found one. And all right, we have maxed out our inventory. So what is it? Monkey, just the ice monkey. Or sorry, the Sub-Zero monkey, my bad. If we go ahead and craft all of these up, which again is 400 of these, we can see how many huges do we end up with? Okay, considering the voids are twice as, and so that's right around like 30-ish or so. Okay, not bad. Considering we need 60 per account, ooh, that's gonna be a bit rough. But if we do a little bit of math, considering each one of these is void, which makes it 6x, and then we double that again because it's huge, that's 12x times 60. It's right around like 1,000 multiplier for this event, which is really, really good. And honestly, no complaints. So just gonna keep grinding those up and then start dishing them out to our alt accounts in a second, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right, we have just sent over our first batch of pets. And so I want to see, with these pets now in our accounts, I guess we can go ahead and delete all of these Santas, because pretty useless to have these lying around. Same thing for the hydras, sadly. If we equip best all these Sub-Zero monkeys, and if we start training, we should pretty quickly unlock some better dumbbells over here. This is pretty slow. Okay, if we equip this, 61,000 per rep is honestly pretty solid, considering we don't have any like multiplier arms or really anything. What I do need to do, though, is train my knuckle strength, because it doesn't really matter how much bicep strength they get. It's all about the knuckle strength, because we need, what was it, 650 million to actually go ahead and unlock the final area. So that's absurd. But one account is done, and we just have another, 7 to go. So you guys saw the process. We're not gonna bore you. We're just gonna keep on chugging along. I'll let you guys know when we're all done. Wait. I think we got a Sub-Zero Dragon, right? That wasn't... Oh my gosh. What just happened? I wish I was recording. I literally saw it pop up, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of zeros. Dude, I don't know how many zeros it was. 10 of these exist in the world. How did I just found one. Okay, well, this gives me at least a good bit of hope, because now I know that they're findable, because previously I'm pretty sure the odds, I mean, maybe it's still bad. Like, it looked, that was insane, but like it was 0.0001. So it was definitely like at least 1 in a million, probably 1 in 10 million. If it's over 1 in 10 million, then I just used up all my luck for the video. But I'm not going to stop here, because that was 2 million coins. And I could have sworn that we just got like the regular one, because there's a Giga one, and then there's just like the regular Sub-Zero Dragon. Because it's like, oh, sick, we just got the 1 in 200,000. No, we just got the 1 in, don't even know how rare that is. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's pretty sick. Again, there's only 10. Let's make sure we don't delete it. Oh my, it's an 8.5 event multiplier. It's not even that great for an event, but for a base game multiplier, 668 million. Yeah, that is wicked. So, okay, I mean, I guess I'll let you guys know if I get any more, but I highly doubt it. Again, it just popped up, and it was like 1 in some crazy rare number, which definitely is not going to happen again, but I will take that. All right, sending over our last batch of pets here, and that means we can do a little bit of math, because now that all of our alt accounts have enough pets to get strong, I mean, they're going to AFK overnight. They're going to punch that punching bag way more times than they ever should need to. But basically in the morning, all my accounts are going to be able to get to work fighting this final Glacier Guardian. Now again, the Guardian gives you 5,000 coins every time you defeat it, and since we have VIP passes on all the accounts and the auto OP fighting game pass, that means we could usually defeat the boss around 1,000 times per hour. So that's 5 million coins per hour per account, and well, we'll have 9 accounts doing this, so 45 million coins per hour. Now again, this egg over here costs 2,500 coins, and so let's divide that by 2,500, and we can see it's 18,000 eggs per hour across all of my accounts. So if we just multiply that by 50, so basically 2 days of AFK, that's 900,000. So we're going to need to AFK for a little bit longer than 50 hours. Maybe I'll just call it 3 days. AFK for 3 days, and then we'll come back with more coins than I would ever know what to do with. And then we'll go and crack open as many of these eggs as possible to maybe get another one. That'd be crazy if we get another Giga Sub-Zero Dragon. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to make sure these accounts get strong enough to even fight these bosses in the first place. So I'm going to get back to training myself, and I'll see you guys in the morning when all of our accounts are OP.
24 hours later.
It is the next day, and lots of grinding has been going on. First and foremost, you can see on this account alone, we've got 92 million prison coins. And you can also see some of our other accounts popping up here whenever they finish a fight. And that's because we've currently got 9 accounts in this area able to beat the Glacier Guardian final boss. And so really, I just came in to give a heads up update that everything is going to plan. We're making a ton of coins. And again, I think we're going to let this run for like 3 days, 2-3 days. We'll see how many coins we have. I mean, again, we've already got the pet. Like, I don't really know what more we can do. We can get more of the same pet, but we can also, should we even get a trail? I mean, we can afford one. Wait, is this more expensive? I don't even know. We can just purchase like the 500,000 one. That seems like a pretty good deal. Makes us like 5 billion strength stronger. So I will take that. But I guess the next time I'm going to see you guys is in a few days when we hopefully have like what is it, like a few hundred million, a billion coins, a few billion coins, I don't even know. So I'll see you guys then. Well, it has been, I think, 72 hours. Honestly, it's been days. I've lost count of the time, but we've got 331 million prison coins on this account and about 300 million on my other accounts. So actually being a little bit generous, 275 million per account was at times 9. We're up to 2.475 billion coins, which is just enough to open 1,000,000 of these eggs. But since we've already got the main juiced pet from this egg, I think we're going to switch our gears just a bit. We'll come back to these eggs in a second. As if we head down here down below and go search for this wheel, this wheel spin wheel, which I think is right here, we have the opportunity to do something really ridiculous. Now, 10,000 of these Giga police penguins exist, but what I'm really after in this wheel is this arm right here, the toxic inmate arm, because if I'm able to get this arm, that means that my 14x current best arm gets blown out of the water, as if we make this a golden and max version arm, then that would be, I think, like a 20x multiplier. And it only costs 2.5k coins to spin this wheel, which is the same as the other one. And considering this is only a 1 in 400 odds to find this, I mean, we would need to spin the wheel per account around 32,000 times in order for each one of my accounts to get a maxed version of this arm. And that's just too good of an offer to turn down. Like, you're telling me each one of my accounts can have a 20x boost on their arms, and not to mention getting, what, hundreds of these Christmas slime buckets? Like, that's just too good of a deal to turn down. And maybe getting some Giga police penguins. So rather than spending all 2.5 billion coins just on that egg up there, I'm going to open around 800,000 of those eggs and instead spin this wheel around 200,000 times in order to try to get one of these arms. I want to see if we can get one real quick. And actually, the good thing is I just realized you've got a 30% chance to get some coins back, which isn't great, but we can use these coins to just go open some more eggs. And so basically every time we spin this wheel, we're getting like a 10 or 15% discount on the wheel spin because of these prison coins we're getting back. So we're gonna go ahead and do this first, get it out of the way, get a bunch of OP arms. I'm still looking for at least one, man. Where the heck is it? Give it to me. No, come on, one more. Dang, dude, we are unlucky. Well, fortunately, we've got a lot of coins. You got a lot of spins to go through. And so we're gonna go ahead, get these churning out, and then we'll come back with an update and show you guys our lovely hauls from these arms. Well, it is a few hours later, and man, we only managed to spin this wheel like 100,000 times, which I know, I could already hear you type it away. Quacks, only 100,000, do you hear yourself? Yes, but I also have a bunch of accounts, and it was multiple hours, and it's just so slow. Doing this 10 at a time, even though we have multiple accounts going, like, it doesn't matter, bro. You just can't get this going fast. But I want to check for the first time, how many arms? Oh my gosh, that is so many. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be able to get a fully max version, but this is definitely gonna be my new strongest arm, because even just making this a golden arm, and wait, that's the pet, bro. I was gonna try to hype it up and hide it. Where did we get the Giga Corrupt Cat? Honestly, don't know, dude. These pets just be spawning in out of nowhere. But we got 2 Giga Police Penguins on this account. Now, I'm not going to trade over all the other pets on my other accounts until we open up those eggs, just because I'd rather do it all at once. But if we already got 2 of the police pets on one account, we'd probably have more on my other accounts. And these are crazy. 500 million base multiplier pets, 275% strong as our best pet Giga pets. You just love to see it. So let me go back to my original plan, which is going to be crafting up a bunch of these arms. And okay, I still love how it just has 11%. Like, if these were 11% arms, I would not be grinding for them. And bro, every time do we have to scroll down? Oh, this is terrible. Okay, I think my arms are glitched because I keep trying to make them gold and it's just not working at all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold arms. If we can just get one more, we can make, I think that'd be a level 4. So right under the max version, it just seems to be busted. Yep, it's still busted. Let's go. All right, just worked. So that means we should have 8 arms. Yep, 8 indeed. And if we go over to world number 8, speaking of 8, the Roman Empire, we should be able to forge together a beast arm. Because right now we got a 16.5 toxic inmate, which is already better than what we were rocking. And if we filter out toxic inmate, we still just have a few regular ones, but this should be pretty quick. That's an 18, that's a 20x, and that is a 21.4x multiplier. That is massive. And funny enough, it blends in with my duck outfit. Just like I have this weird big old hand going on. But with that out of the way was some, oh wait, I completely forgot. What about the snow or the Christmas buckets? 27. Oh, let's go. I'm assuming across all of our accounts, we have a ton of these, and that is exactly what we wanted. Just so many that I didn't even know what to do with. Also, these trial gems, I completely forgot, but I think just playing the game, you get to purchase medals you otherwise missed from previous events with this merchant. And it was a pretty small change in a recent event, but if you play this game a lot, like I have... Wait, I only have 5,400? Wait. Where's my count? I thought this was it. Oh, maybe it's not trial gems. What even is it? I don't know. I don't know where it is. We can buy one and almost buy two. Let's go and get the boombox medal, which will give us a nice little upgrade, and we're only missing... We're actually still missing a lot, but a nice little total boost increase for sure. But with that out of the way, we can head back to the prison event and get cracking open some of these dang eggs, because we have a lot of eggs to open. Actually, I should just be able to auto fight and kind of teleport my way there. Yep, teleportation has been completed. And if we go over to this egg, on this account alone, we're opening well over 100,000 eggs. And that is so awesome to see every time I get to say that. But let's go and put on... Do we need a luck too? Let's just keep... Oh, that's pet XP. That's the wrong thing. Anyways, let's just put on a bunch of luck 1 potions, because I don't know how long this is going to take. We fortunately have max of every potion, but it is going to take quite a while. So, gonna have everything equipped, and let's see. We're going to get the luck team out, and this is actually it. This is all we can really put on. I think, just kidding, egg title... We have the Eggler champion, which apparently it's already equipped, even though it says prisoner, so whatever. But I don't want the Sub-Zero monkey. I don't want the Sub-Zero shark. I don't even want the Sub-Zero dragon, because that's probably going to clog up my inventory. All I literally want is this Sub-Zero dragon, like the Giga one, not that 1 in 200,000. So fortunately, we can burn our coins way faster. Every time I click this button, we're spending about almost 100,000 coins. So it's not going to last very long. We've spent the better part of 3 days grinding these coins, and it's probably going to last for all of about 3 hours. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go auto opening, and everything is looking the part. So we're just going to let this run for the next few hours on 8 different accounts. Again, with the goal of getting a pet we already have, which honestly takes the weight off of my shoulders, because if we don't, wait, only 28 have been found. Wow, that is insane. Wow, that is such a lucky pull. I can't believe it. Well, again, it'd be crazy if we got like a shiny one. That would be awesome. So we're gonna go rip open as many eggs as humanly possible, and then I'll come back in a moment to trade back over my prison police pets, as well as, ooh, any extra Giga Sub-Zero dragons we're able to snag. So gamers, wish me luck. And gamers, would you look at that? We have just a few more eggs we can open until we are entirely out. Actually, can I just open 30? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it stopped. Well, there we have it. All like 700,000 or 800,000 of these eggs have been open. And again, if I type in Sub-Zero Frozen Giga Dragon River, we already have one. Just don't get excited. But we did not seemingly get another one. No, we only still... Wait, no! I'm an idiot! We got one! We got another one on our bit. What? Of the 40 that exist in the world, we have 2. Okay, that is insane. That is insane! And that's at least 2. Again, this is the only count I've checked. It kind of faked me out because I blended in with the others. Oh my gosh, it's a void 1.3 billion multiplier. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is check all my alt accounts, and then rather than going one by one, I'm going to trade them all at the same time and then reveal to you all, and I'll let you all guess down below how many dragons you think I got. I'm hoping I got like a few more, and we'll also trade over any of the police pinions that we were able to snag. And so, well, gamers, now's the fun part where we get to see what we found. So let's go digging. Boy, oh boy, do I have some good news for you guys. Now, again, I don't even know the total myself. I just transfer all the pets. I know it's a good amount. So let you yourself decide right now. How many Giga Sub-Zero dragons did Quacks get? 2, 3, 10? What about the police pets? 15, 20? Okay, well, not 15 or 20 for the police pets, but I do want to check them first. We got 7. Oh my gosh. Now, considering 11,000 of these exist, by no means are these the rarest pet that have ever been introduced in the game, but these are still really good. They're all Giga pets. They're all 275% as strong as our best pets, with a base multiplier of 500 million. Now, they are exclusive, meaning we can't really go around maxing this pet out unless we got a ton of them. I mean, we could make one gold and then void, but it would still be a baby, which I don't really care for. So as far as that wheel spin, crazy. Considering each one of our accounts is going to have like a 20x multiplier arm, and we got all these extra police pets, and we got a bunch of these slime buckets. If you guys still have the chance, well then you better get on this wheel and get going crazy. But the moment of truth, after opening nearly 1 million of these Sub-Zero eggs, how many of these Giga Sub-Zero dragons were we able to snag? Let's go find out for ourselves. Sub-Zero dragon. Oh my gosh, we got 6. We got 6. And it seems like between the different variants, this is gold. Only 8 golden of these exist in the world. I have 1 of them. Only 39 void exist in the world. I've got 2 of them. And 31 regular Giga Sub-Zero dragons exist in the entire world, and I've got 3 of them. So I have 6 in total, and that's probably what, like 80 that exist. So I have almost 10% of the total supply of all of these pets, and that is thanks to 3 days of grinding. Now, was it worth it? Considering that these pets are exclusive, again, meaning I'm not going to be able to max them out. I would need 9 of these void versions in order to max them out, combine it to a huge and then a Goliath, and then put all the fun shenanigans on it. But unfortunately, we weren't able to get there in the end. But still, that is crazy. We got 12 Giga Pets today. Oh no, maybe 13 OP arms, OP goodies all around. And I also want to see oh my gosh, there is a cosmic mutation gem. That's exactly what I was wondering. I'm only going to open a few packs to end off the video, but I just want to see if we can get lucky, because these cosmic mutation gems, they are going to be super valuable here in the future. I really don't care about anything else. The bandit medal, that'd be great. The gingerbread egg, don't care. The mega snow ops dominus, considering 17 exists, we're not going to find it. That's okay. But I just want to see. Well, that's a 16x multiplier arm. That's pretty sweet. We'll do just one more of these openings, because if we can get a cosmic mutation, that's like a 2.25x multiplier or something, and no dice. Wait, what is that? I can't. Oh no, dude, I can't tell what that is. I don't think it's anything good. At least I'm assuming it's some sort of potion or something. Yeah, it's probably one of the new potions. If it ends up being something else, you guys correct me after I put this video, well then that's on me. Joke's on me. But gamers, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wrestle Simulator, where today we are going to be spending the entirety of today's video in this event behind us. And that's because, well, even though the Rift event just came out, we've basically defeated it by getting every pet, every item, and using the Rift Cave about 1,000 times. But fortunate enough for us, there's this new, fun, flashy classic event for us to check. Okay, maybe not flashy, because it is themed as classic Roblox, where everything looks like it was literally built out of Lego. So the graphics aren't great, but neither was classic Roblox. And if I'm not mistaken, this event is only going to be here maybe another few days or a week until the Christmas event comes out. And usually the Christmas event is like by far the best event in the entire game, or at least it was last year. So I have high hopes for this year. But even though this limited time event is rather small, that doesn't mean it doesn't pack a punch. And one of the best and most OP things over here is this playtime pass, because if you all are anyone familiar with playtime passes in Wrestle Simulator, you'll understand that it's like the best way to never spend Robux, but also to get insanely OP items, because for every 1 hour you play, you unlock an extra gift up to a total of 12 hours of playtime, or 12 gifts. And no, if you're asking yourself, you don't actually have to be sitting here and playing. You can just auto fight, auto train, just be on the game, and it counts towards playtime. But I've been on the game for the last about a day or so, just grinding this, and we can see that there are some really solid rewards. A lot of these donuts, vanilla and chocolate donuts, which as you see gives your pet 15% more strength and 10% more strength. We've also got 24 new bags, which, okay, it literally just opened up those and I didn't want them because these pets are pretty bad, so let me just go ahead and delete all these real quick. But anyways, the playtime pass, like I said, is super OP and valuable for one main reason. Not only is it these gifts you get, it's also if you're able to complete the pass 5 times, you get a guaranteed 4.7 billion multiplier Giga Pirate Noob, which is like, bro, that is insane. They literally don't even sell pets that strong in the game, and all they're saying is, hey, if you just play the game for 60 hours, we'll get this to you again. It sounds pretty crazy, and it is, but you can just reset this pass for free. So right now we've completed this 1 time. We do this 4 more times and we get this on my main account. But you guys know me, we're not just grinding on 1 account. As you can see up here, we've got a bunch of alt accounts grinding this event, and so I think we should be able to get like a total of 9 of these 4.7 billion multiplier pets. And well, because I don't need 9 of them, I'm going to be giving away 8 of these pets in today's video. Yes, you've heard it right, today's video. So just make sure you stick to the end to figure out how you can win one of these insanely OP pets that would probably cost you a few 100,000, maybe tens of thousands of Robux completely for free. But in order for me to actually claim these pets, well, we've got to wait another 48 hours or so. And in the meantime, between now and the next 48 hours when we can get these pets, we might as well go ahead and just absolutely destroy this event. Take it for everything it's worth. And unfortunately, outside of the playtime pass, this event isn't really amazing. We did pick up a few days ago the classic pack. For 800 Robux, we got an 11x multiplier arm, which crazy enough isn't even the best arm on my account right now. We got a 35% aura, which we currently are using. It is the classic aura. If we have it unequipped, you can see just me, no aura, and that's me over there with the aura. It's all pixelated and whatnot, and then a 200 million multiplier pet. But like usual in these events, there are some different pets you can get. If we check this out, a baby pet, it is a void pet, and it is level 142 somehow. So I think the base multiplier is probably right around 100 million for this pet. And so getting 100 million base multiplier pet from literally, it is so stupidly easy to beat this event. You'll see why in just a second. But from this egg, from a 2,000 ticket egg, getting 100 million multiplier pet is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They're just handing out a lot of strong pets really easily in this event. But we don't really care about these hacker dominuses. What we care about is these classical hackers, because it's a 100 million multiplier pet, and I just love collecting rare pets. And so over the next 2 days, we're gonna try to get as many tickets as possible to open up as many eggs as possible to get the classical hacker. Now, I said it was really easy to beat this event, and that's because it is. There's really only 2 different parts to this event, or I guess maybe 3. The first one is you can go around and defeat these different like NPC bosses. This guy has literally 3,000 strength, and we have 1.4 billion, so that's no problem. And when you beat these bosses, you have a small chance of getting a key, which you can then take to the tower and then fight through the tower to get even more rewards. Now, we have been AFKing these bosses down here. There's a big old red arrow pointing towards normal bosses in the game that you can just AFK fight. And yeah, 450,000 total recommended strength. I got that on accounts. You can get that with no Robux spent and maybe 20-30 minutes of playing this event. It is insanely easy. So you can start AFKing the final boss, and when you AFK the final boss, I do have a double tickets game pass on, but it looks like they've upped the tickets just a little bit to around 275 tickets every time you beat this boss. There's also a really small chance that every time you defeat him, you will get one of these 8-bit hacker tower keys. I think it's averaging out to right around like 2 keys per hour if you just AFK the boss. You don't get a lot of keys manually if you go around and fight these guys, because really it's just super time consuming, and the fights just take a long time. Wait, did that have a 3-second countdown? Wait, 3, 2, 1. Wait, this is my main account, right? I've got VIP on this. Did this boss have a countdown? No. So even though I think they said these bosses here up top give you a better chance of getting the key, it makes no sense because it's slower to fight than these guys down here, and you have to manually run around and do stuff. But okay, let's say you do actually manage to get one of these keys. What can you do with it? You can fight in this tower, which gives you ticket drops, gives you dragon fruit, which makes you train faster. You can get a 215% pet wearable, the hacker domino crown. You get a hacker medal. You have a chance at getting a hacker medal, a hacker arm, and of course the Giga hacker dominus. It is 435 million base multiplier, guaranteed best friend 9, chance of a best friend 11. But there is one slight problem with this tower. Maybe not a problem, but something we need to address here in the next few minutes, and you'll see that in just a minute, because these bosses start out pretty easy, and very, very quickly do these bosses get stronger and stronger. We've got 1.4 billion strength, and this pumpkin hacker has 100 million, but it gets crazy real fast, real quick. We're already at 500 million strength. As you can see, we're slowing down a lot. Roblox hacker, 1 billion strength. And then the next guy, 2.5 billion. We can just squeeze out a win. But I've heard in order to beat the tower, you need a whopping 25 billion strength. This next guy's 5 billion. We're getting absolutely cooked. There's no way, no point even fighting. So we need to get up to 25 billion strength, so that way we can actually defeat this tower. And over the course of the next 2 days, that's basically all we're doing, is we're sitting here on all of my 8 alt accounts plus my main account, and we're AFKing this retro wizard, because if my math is correct, we should have close to 1,000 keys to use on that tower to get some crazy rewards and a bunch of tickets to then open up these eggs to get that classic hacker. But we only have 1.4 billion strength, but I think pretty quickly we should be able to fix that, because we have 10 million tickets from AFKing. And if we go ahead and put on our luck team, we should be getting a ton of these hacker dominuses. Yeah, a bunch of these, and really quickly we should be able to make like a maxed out team. And let me see, we've spent not even 500,000 tickets, and if we go hacker, yeah, we have a ton of these, and we can go ahead and craft all. Make sure I'm not going to craft up something I really need. And okay, looking good. Craft all again. And if we equip best now, I'm wondering how much strength per rep are we going to get? Around 206,000 per rep. So nothing insane, but we are getting strength rather quickly. And we do have a 2x event strength game pass turned on. So whatever strength we get up top is around doubled when it comes to our actual strength. But there is one trick that I do want to show you guys. Right now, we are well under 800 million strength. But if we auto train using the event dumbbell, the event training method, and we teleport to our final world that we have unlocked, not only are we going to still have the dumbbell, we're also going to get the 300% boost that this world has. So we're actually getting a 4x strength boost. We're getting around 1 million strength per rep. And if you don't believe me, again, we just had like 730 million strength. So I'll sit here for a few minutes and then show you guys how much strength we have when we come back and teleport to the classic event. Okay, it has been a few minutes, and if we teleport back to the classic event, you'll see we've got 900 million strength. We've gone up 0.4 billion strength, and so it actually makes sense for us to not train in here, but we need to get up to around 25 billion. I'll probably make it a good 30 billion strength just to be safe. And so our main account, that really shouldn't take more than like an hour or two. And again, once we're done with that, we're just going to make sure that we get back to auto fighting the retro wizard so we can get these tickets to open up the eggs and keep on maxing out our playtime pass. Because again, I don't really need these pets, and I would love ahead of the Christmas event to give you guys a bunch of OP pets. And so I would check back in about an hour or two, but honestly, I'll just see you guys tomorrow with an update. I'll let you know across all my accounts how many keys we have, and of course, how much strength we were able to get here on the main account. So see you then. Well, 48 hours later, we have quite a few tickets and hopefully quite a few keys. I haven't even checked. Yeah, 118. That's exactly what I was looking for, because hopefully now we can get all the keys transferred over to our main account. And also, yeah, 55.7 billion strength. I think that's going to be enough to go ahead and defeat this hacker tower in its entirety. But I also think we got somewhere in the ballpark of like 200 million tickets, and since this cost 2,000 tickets open, I think that means we get to open around 100,000 of these hacker eggs. And with a full luck team, okay, just kidding, that's my luck team, there's my luck team. I'm hoping that that means we're gonna get quite a few of these classical hackers to then turn around and give away, because let me just check. I don't think I'm gonna see myself open any right now, but 100,000 eggs across all these accounts. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit longer than I thought, so I think what I'll do for now is just open up all the eggs and start here on my main account, because yeah, we're gonna need to spend quite a while. Even with 30x pet equips egg opens, it's gonna take a good minute to get all these eggs open. So we'll leave this running in the background, and that's because over here on our alt accounts, we also need to go ahead and get opening up these eggs, because we've got a lot of accounts with a lot of tickets, and all of these should have, yeah, the 30x opens. We're opening like 120 eggs each second all over alt accounts with max luck, with basically everything possible. So I'll let this run for the next few minutes until we've spent all of our tickets and check to see if we were lucky. Well, we aren't leaving totally empty-handed, as on two accounts we got a whole lot of nothing, but on this account we got one of the classical hackers, which is a base multiplier of 400 million, but because it's void, it's bumped up to 800 million. Only 68 of these exist in the world, and you guys just saw one, and here is the other we've managed to get. Our main account is almost done opening up the eggs on there, and so I'm thinking we're definitely gonna have at least one or two to show you guys, but the classical hacker has been secured. I'll go ahead and get these transferred over, and well, with the pets transferred over, we can get back to burning through another around 50 million tickets or so on our alt accounts. And something's wrong with this. Oh, yep, don't have my luck team equipped. That would cook it. And there we go. We are now chilling. The final trade is coming through, which consists of 2 more classical hackers and 508-bit tower keys. And so in total, after opening around 200 million tickets worth of these eggs, we managed to get 6 classical hackers, which I think means on this account alone, we managed to get 2. And as you can see, we have a 402 million base multiplier, and then all these other ones are stacked with an 800 million multiplier, which is just so ridiculous. And so now what we need to do is use up all of our keys. And after a whopping like 48 or 72 hours of grinding, we managed to get over 1,000 of these 8-bit hacker tower keys. And again, that's kind of what I'm mainly excited for, because although these pets are good, wait, are they? Oh, wait, they're not. these aren't exclusive, meaning if we wanted to, what's the max multiplier? That's 400 million base multiplier. Usually if you can get every boost in the game on it, maxed out to like a 61 multiplier. So this, if you could fully max it out, which we probably could get pretty close to if we used just a few of the Phoenix fruits, that would be a whopping 24 billion multiplier free to play pet, which yeah, it's pretty nuts. But again, that's not even what we're really going after. The reason I really wanted to grind this event was so we can get a ton of these keys to get a chance at getting this Giga Hacker Dominus. Only 259 exists, and the Hacker Arm. I'm sure it's a little bit easier to get this and the Hacker Medal. And since this account is really the only one that I want the medal on, and also have the best chance of getting because we have the most strength, we're gonna go ahead and use all of our keys to see what happens when we use 1,000 of these Hacker Tower keys in the event. Now, the last time I tried using all of my keys at once, it kind of bugged out and we weren't able to use every single one of them. But it looks like right now we might be using around 250. We've already secured the arm right there. I'm waiting to see, and we got some more Hacker Domino crowns. Those will be huge for my main account since we have like a ton of pet wearable equips. We're also getting an absurd amount of tickets. I might not even use these tickets. I'm going to be totally honest. I just don't really care to go back and spend even more tickets because we're probably going to be left with like tens of millions of tickets by the time this is all over. But that Hacker pet is all I've got my eyes on, and the medal, because the medal seems to be really hard for us to find for some reason. But the more pet wearables we get, the better I'm off, because these are like 215% multipliers are crazy, and we seem to have probably got around like 10 or so by now. But only getting like what, 1 or 2 arms is kind of nuts. I don't know how we've only got 1 arm. I feel like what we need like 80 arms to max them out in the game to make them golden and then max out the strength. So we're getting a lot of these crowns, but the fact we've only got 1 arm is like an insane scam. Like, how do we get it at the start when we haven't seen it again? We're getting an absurd amount of these dragon fruits, which is cool, and we're also getting an absurd amount of these tickets. But this is the final boss, and we smack him. Easy peasy. We get, dude, how do we only get 1 arm? 1 arm, 9 keys, 10 million tickets, and 16 Hacker Domino crowns, which honestly is pretty sick. I can't lie, but there's no way that was all of our keys. Yeah, we only use like 250 keys, so we have to do that a few more times. And rather than letting you sit there and just watch me do that again, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys the final results of each one of these fights to see what kind of goodies we were able to snag. All right, this one was super solid. We finally got the Hacker Medal, which I think is a 1.25x multiplier. We got 12 more of these crowns, 10 million tickets, 9 keys, and 2 of these arms. So we might be able to make a golden arm, which might make it my best arm yet, but we still have, oh, probably like 600 more tickets for me to spend. Let me go check. Yeah, 650, not tickets, sorry, keys. So let's run it back one more time. Okay, this one was a pretty big flop. Not a single arm. Again, we're up to 32 million tickets. We might have another 50 million tickets to spin, which I'm probably just honestly going to pass on. But if we go check our, where is it? Pet hats, our pet wearables. And if we equip best, where is it? The crown. Holy crap. Yeah, we have a ton of these. But only 215% boost, which should equate to, for me, like an extra 10 to 20% strength boost. And again, this is all for free. So shout out Arm Wrestling Simulator. But again, we've got to run through this like 2 more times, which means more chances at getting this beloved arm. And still no Giga Hacker Dominus. How, man? How rare is this thing? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 8 more keys, 1 more arm, 12 more crowns, and a few million more tickets and a few thousand fruits. How many fruits do we have now? This is getting absurd. We've got, yeah, just 13,000 fine dragon fruits, which would be around like 4,000 of the fresh ones, which is, I don't know, like years, months of training speed boost, which is awesome because I think World 17 is coming out this week. And so we're definitely going to be needing all the boosts we can get our hands on. But we have around 1 more batch of keys to run through for arms. We got 4 of them, so we could take a chance on getting a golden version. And I think it'll be my best arm, or to be very, very, very close to being my best arm. So we'll see. But man, we just have 200 more keys to get a shot at getting this Giga Hacker Dominus. I don't know why this thing is so hard to get, but we'll give it a shot and see if luck is on our side. The end is in sight. Oh my, oh nice. That's actually a pretty good end. We managed to get, what is that, 3 arms, another medal. More. Why do I need another medal? I don't know. That's a great question. But after, I think it's been like 72 hours of grinding, maybe 40, I don't know. We have, what is that, 6 of the hacker arms and none of the Giga Hacker pet, which is so sad. I mean, we got so many of these classical hackers, which, you know what, we'll go ahead and convert one of these bad boys into a Giga one, so that way one of you all out there can get lucky, and I'll be gifting this. Oh my gosh, 1.2 billion is crazy. I was gonna say gift it to you. I might keep it for myself, but no, I don't really need another pet that I need to max out. So there we go. 1.6 billion multiplier. You can still slime it. You can still mutate it. You can still do all the fun things. Actually, how many ghost? We have 7 ghost mutations. These aren't tradable, and I have 7. So I'm feeling pretty generous. We'll go ahead and insta ghost this. And then what? We've got, I think orange is the best slime bucket. We don't have any orange. I think, is black or green better? I think green's better since we have less of these, if I had to guess. So I guess we'll go ahead and green slime it as well. We're doing all the hard work for you guys. Let's go ahead and green slime it. I'm down to actually just waste a bucket as well, because the green is 8.2 billion. Let's go back and see if we black slime it. That's going to be 7.7. So yeah, green is better. I was right, which means we just wasted a green and a black slime bucket, but it's already up to 8.2 billion multiplier, and I haven't leveled it up at all. So this was actually way easier than I thought. I thought I was going to have to painstakingly go and just grind everything out, but I kind of forgot they've expedited the process a ton. So we need to go find that classical hacker, which is right there, the ghost classical hacker. We can go ahead and just speed it up, use some Robux, 29, no big deal. And this should be right around a 10 billion multiplier pet. Yep, 10.2 billion. So this is well over a 20 billion multiplier pet once you level it up with just playing with it. And so I feel like that's it's a pretty good gift to give you all in the mailbox. And I do need to come clean. I haven't been the best over the last few days of resetting my playtime pass. I've only reset it 3 out of the 5 times. Unfortunately, I'm not able to claim the Giga Pirate Noob just yet. So I will be claiming all those over the next few days. And like I said, if you stuck to the end of the video, I'll tell you guys how to enter the giveaway. It's super simple. I'm just going to be hosting it over on my Discord, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who want a chance to win, and I want to be super fair about it. So if you guys join my Discord, you can enter the giveaway there. It'll be going on for a few days, and you'll have a chance to win the classical hacker pet that I just created, as well as 8 Giga Pirate Noobs that I will be giving away. So make sure you guys join the Discord again, linked down below in the description. This event was fun, but not my favorite. Just kind of felt a little underwhelming, especially since we used 1,000 keys and didn't get the best pet in the event. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Arm Wrestling Simulator, where today we're gonna be maxing out and basically completing the new Halloween event within the game. And if you're thinking to yourself, whoa, what Halloween event are you talking about? Well, they brought back the Halloween event 2 years in a row, and you can check out the event by just heading over to this portal at spawn. I mean, you literally can't miss it. If you miss it, I think you guys might need to get your eyes checked. But once here, you can explore everything the event has to offer. Now, I did go and do a full deep dive of the event a few days ago, but to recap, there's a few different ways you all can get candy, which is basically this event currency. And right there, we just smacked the pumpkin enough times, broke it, got a bunch of Halloween candy. You can also go and trick or treat, or basically like ding dong ditch. You get different ingredients for different craftables you can make, or brewable items, and there is a chance you actually will run across me in one of the houses, which is really funny. Unfortunately, didn't see myself right there, but you basically get Halloween candy, which you can then use to open up these eggs over here. And these eggs, like the zombie monkey, are going to have a boost for this event, a multiplier for the Halloween event in particular. As you can see, it's a 1.4x muscle growth boost, which is important because, man, oh man, do we need a lot of strength. That's kind of the main thing we're struggling with right now, is getting strength, because in order to beat the mega final boss here in the Halloween event, well, the final boss, the Pumpkins, this guy right here with the jack-o'-lantern on his head, we need 227 million total strength. And yeah, we have just 203,000 total strength above our head. But that's what we're doing today. We're grinding. We're gonna try to open tons of these OP eggs, get millions and millions of candy, and hopefully get enough strength to beat that final boss in the process. Now, we've already done a few things to help out our strength. The first is we did pick up this Halloween pack right here, which is, it does cost 799 Robux, but at least in my opinion, it's pretty worth it, because we were able to secure the first ever strength aura in the game, the Halloween exclusive aura. I didn't check, but I don't know if there's a special title, though I did see that there is a spooky title, but I don't think there's a new title that gives us any more strength here in the world. Not that I'm aware of. What about trails? Is there an event trail? No event trails just yet. So really all we have is this aura to give us a strength boost. And then of course, the different Halloween pets that are here in the event. We could try about seeing, getting one of these crazy skeleton ducks. I'm not sure if that's actually gonna happen. And wait, do we even have our, wait, we don't have our zombie strength arm on? What the? This arm gives an 80% strength boost as well. So these are basically like all the boosts we can realistically get. Whoa, holy crap. A Jacko had a 200% pet boost. That's my first time seeing it. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting it to be that insane. Now, in order to get stronger, we just really need to open a bunch of eggs. But in order to open eggs, you need a bunch of candy. And traditionally, you would go and grind these bosses over here. But this boss just gave me 10 10 candy for beating him. And the second boss, which is the most difficult boss we can currently defeat, is only giving me 19 Halloween candy. It's actually so slow. Like, if I were to sit down and AFK this overnight, yeah, I'd probably get a few 100,000 candy. But apparently what's super OP right now to get a bunch of candy is these quests over here. These different quests, these small, large, and mega candy packs, well, they give you a ton of candy. I think it's 100,000 per reward. So I'm gonna go do all these, the small, the large, and the mega. And in order to do this, I need to smash 20 ghosts in the neighborhood, smash 150 pumpkins, and then trick or treat 200 times. So basically, I just need to run around, trick or treat, smash every single pumpkin I see, and then beat up every ghost I see as well. So it's gonna be a little time consuming, but hey, we've got some time on our hands, and I really want to see how much candy we get from these events, because we're definitely not going to get a lot of candy from beating the bosses. And there is the Halloween Spooky Pass, but in this Spooky Pass, there's really nothing that even gives a Halloween multiplier, which feels so weird and so wrong. I mean, this gives a Halloween multiplier, but that's about it. There is also this crate, and every hour you stay on, you do get more of these crates. So yeah, this is a 1 in 10,000, but there's like no chance we're ever going to get that. So really, all we could do is open up the eggs here in the event, and that's like our best chance of getting an upgrade. So just gonna put on an auto clicker. That way it punches for me. Dang, man, absolutely cooking these ghosts. Let's go. And then also walk around and trick or treat, and I'll keep you guys updated. Wait. Was that it? There's no way. I just saw we got 2.2k candy. I think that might have been the final quest. Done. I got scammed. 2.2k candy for dude, I thought it said up to 100,000. Okay, that just means we really need to complete the large and the mega candy pack, and we're about halfway done with each of them. A little bit slacking on the trick-or-treating, but it's a little bit unfortunate because if I could just run around doing it and go from door to door, that'd be fast. But then occasionally you'll just get stuck because you get tricked, and then you gotta 1v1 them. Oh, we're on a cooldown. Dang, scam. But we're up to 50,000 candy, doing pretty good, which is a lot of event eggs. So I will take that. Just, yeah. Have quite a ways to go still. All right, we should be completing the pumpkin challenge here soon. Hey, there we are. There we are in one of the houses with a bit of a treat going on. No one's home. Come on, man. I got scammed again. All right, we're continuing to punch them. We gotta be close. We gotta be close to being the pumpkin challenge. Oh, we just need 5 more, dude. We're so close. All right, we need this pumpkin smash, and then that one over there. Please, bro. If this gives me, like, no candy for the quest, I'm gonna be so mad, bro. Like, give me, like, 50,000. I'm looking for a big number here. 50? 10,000's not bad. We're up to 80,000 now, and all I have to do is just trick-or-treat a bunch of times, and then I'll keep you updated on how much candy we get from that. Oh, look. We're 1v1ing ourselves. Get that fraud out of here, bro. He thinks he's the real quacks blocks. Ain't no way. Did I just get my bro? Oh my gosh, I think I only got like 20,000 candy for the mega quest we just completed. So we got 2,000 plus 10,000 plus 20,000, 32,000 candy for literally like 30 minutes of work. We got more candy from punching ghosts and pumpkins than we did from the quest. Okay, so that's a waste of my time, but at least we have enough candy to open around 30 of these spellbound eggs. Now this is good because these are the best eggs in the game. They don't give us the candy thief enchant, which I also forgot to mention, and we'll touch on in just a second, but we can go ahead and open a bunch of these eggs. Before we do that though, we need to make sure, since this was like an hour worth of work, luck potion, void potion, golden potion, all equipped, which is probably just gonna be a bunch of these Frankton octopuses, will be good enough to go on our team, and then we can see how much strength we're building and then start defeating some more of those bosses. But dang, man, that is crazy. Okay, yeah, literally just Frankton. Wait, what? That was weird. Why didn't it let me open it up? It didn't let me auto roll. You need wins. No, I got him though. What do you mean wins? What's wrong with this? What the heck is up with this egg? That's so weird. Anyways, we're opening a ton still. I'll take these Franken octopuses because the Frankens are gonna give us a whopping 1.8x multiplier, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they are void, so there's a 3.6x multiplier. And then if we equip best, this should put on all of our different, Halloween pets that we currently have, and then some of our other random pets, like these pets that we were able to get from the Roblox egg. 3.3x multiplier, 2.5x multiplier. Again, doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're getting 4 strength per tap, oh my gosh, we're getting a whopping 2,000 strength per curl. And the fact that we have this 80% arm is a huge boost because we're getting like 6,000 or 7,000 per curl. So we should be able to beat the Ghoul Hound in no time, honestly, in just like a few minutes. But then after that, the other bosses, they're still going to require a lot of grinding. But luckily, I think I've got something up my sleeve for that. A little trick that might involve some Robux and might also involve some grinding. But we are just going to wait and see how much candy we get from this boss when we're able to defeat him. All right, let's give this a whirl. 1.6 million strength, which means we should be able to beat the hard Ghoul Hound boss. Oh, yeah. Easy peasy. 29 candy. That's crazy. The only benefit is that we could beat around 1,000 of these bosses per hour. And so even then, that's around 29,000 candy per hour. And I just got like 29,000 candy at 10 minutes by beating up those pumpkins. So we're definitely going to need to progress our way on to beating Mr. Giggles and Pumpkins. But again, I said I have something up my sleeve that should help with us getting more candy. And there are 2 different ways we can go about doing that. They both do revolve around these Candy Thief enchants, which I used to have a ton of these back in the day, but I deleted them because I didn't think this event was going to be coming back in this style. But there are Candy Thief enchants. The first one is Candy Thief 1, which I think is a 3% multiplier of candy when you have the pet equipped. Then there's Candy Thief 3. Well, then there's Candy Thief 2, which gives you a 6% multiplier. Candy Thief 3, which gives you a 10% multiplier on your candy. And well, since candy is like the biggest thing we're struggling with, that would be awesome if we had a bunch of Candy Thief pets to go ahead and apply to our team. But currently, we only have these, which is still actually a lot. These are probably, yeah, Candy Thief 2s. And without these, if we wouldn't unequip them, actually, let's go ahead and do that and go test this with the Ghoul Hound. We just got, what, 29 without Candy Thief? And we got 15 right there. So we basically have a 100% boost right now with all of our Candy Thief pets, because I think we have like 11. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, Quacks, just get more. What's the problem? Well, the problem is I either have to spend Robux to get these pets, the Candy Thief pets, or I can grind to get them. But there's also a problem with that, because in order to grind to get these, I need to enchant these pets in the main game, and there is a chance of us finding them. Now, the only problem about this is I'm fully max rebirths. I've actually been fully max rebirths for a really long time, and if I were to start spending my rebirths to get these enchanted pets, I would not only lose the strength boost I've gotten, but I would also need to go ahead and rebirth again, which would lose my insane strength I've literally spent like months and months grinding up. So on this account, we're not going to be able to enchant any pets to do this with. But what we can do is send the pets to an alt account and then try to enchant and rebirth on an account in which I don't really mind losing the rebirth. And so before we send these pets out to get rebirth, and so before I send my pets out to get enchanted, I want to make sure the pets we're sending are pretty good. And right now we have around 30 or so of the Franken octopuses. Man, I'd probably just use those to keep enchanting over and over. But before we do that, I do want to send a Hail Mary, a real Hail Mary. Wait, can I open 30? Okay, no, it just tries to open 1. I can open 8 of these at a time for 1,200 Robux, because each of these pets is a guaranteed Candy Thief. I think this is Candy Thief 2, 3, 4, and this is 5 and 6. But like, bro, a 1% chance. The thing is, my luck team, it doesn't affect these at all. So I literally have a 1% chance to get these pets. Really unfortunate stuff here, but they are insanely OP. I mean, Candy Thief 5, I imagine, is crazy. Same with Candy Thief 6. So we're just gonna try it. Maybe later on we'll open 8 more. I've already opened like 10 or so already, but please, no, a bunch of, dang it, a bunch of alchemists and spiders. I mean, that probably is just gonna be, if we go look, yeah, the spiders are Candy Thief 3. So let's go check again. We have a lot of multiplier now. We're probably well over like double, but oh man, dude, it's just it's so expensive to get that. Yeah, 38 Halloween candy. So right there, that's around another 50% boost on our candy. So I think, does that translate as well to just punching these pumpkins? Because if we can get a full Candy Thief team and beat up these pumpkins and get a bunch of candy, I think it applies. Yeah, 312 is a ton. What if we trick or treat real quick and see? Oh, bro, I got tricked. So I think that'll probably work. But what I'm gonna do for now is just go around punching a bunch of pumpkins, get around 70 or 100,000 more candies. That way we can come back and open up these eggs and get a bunch more of these octopuses. And so that way we'll be able to send off all those pets to my other accounts and hope we can get some free Candy Thief enchants, because right now I'm kind of sick and tired of paying Robux if I don't have to. All right, 70,000 candies should be enough. 4. Oh my god, I opened the wrong egg, and I didn't have my luck team. I'm an idiot. Oh my, okay, that could have been way worse. Let me equip best so I can get back on my candy team. Let's get some more candy. Actually, screw it, dude. 65,000 is still enough. Let's make sure we have on our luck team. And I say that because I already have some of the pets we would need anyways. I don't know why the auto open just doesn't like this egg very much, but I can spam me all day, every day. So it looks like we should be able to transfer over a bunch of Franken octopuses over to our ult account. And let me go check. I never actually did check the store. Okay, so still is the Endless Samurai pack. I was wondering if it'd be, you know, something Halloween related, but it's not. So let's go get those transfer over to our ult account and start enchanting. All right, let's send over all of the Franken octopuses, or at least just make sure it's all the void ones. Because for now, I'm not going to worry about getting full teams of candy thieves on my ult accounts because I'll just take years and years. Now, the ult account we're using, I actually haven't used in a really long time. So I'm also going to need to transfer over some decently strong pets. Like, I'm wondering if I have any. I mean, 2.6 billion. I'm not using that. Whoa, Giga Mafia Dragon. That would be sick. Even if I am using that, I don't really care. And then maybe some of these chests, since they're also really high multiplier. And again, the reason I transferred them over is because on this account, bro, I'm actually so dang. If we equip best now, we should be able to really easily get out of here. Oh, wait, I was using the wrong freaking grips. Yeah, we should get out of here in no time. We do have... Holy crap. Yeah, you can see we haven't really used this in a while. Let me go ahead and put on... Is it spooky? Is that the code today? It is the code today. So we're going to wins boost, and then we'll also chuck on one of our wins potions because we just need to... For this in particular, wait, we already have 89.5 in wins. That's crazy. So we can go out of here and then auto train, and we should already be able to move on. I really just wanted a bunch of wins because I know that when you rebirth, you obviously lose all of your wins, and that's the main thing. You need to rebirth and keep getting these enchantments. So I guess we're actually kind of chilling. I mean, these bosses, like, where do I even get to the end wins? That's all the way in World 8. How do I have that many wins? Okay, maybe we'll just say screw it and start rebirthing now. Or no, we've already made it to the Roman Empire. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh, wait, yeah, I can't beat any of these bosses, though. Yeah, I'm still super weak. Oh, wait, what? I don't have any arms? What is this account, bro? Medals, no titles. This is the weirdest account ever. It's been so long since I played Arm Wrestling Simulator on it. Might as well transfer over a really good arm that I'm not using anymore. I mean, a 7,000% arm is really solid and should definitely help out. Is there anything else I'm missing? Maybe 2x event, 3x event, maybe some training potions, but not stressing too much about that. Okay, 1.8 SP. If we just beat, oh my gosh, the noob. How many wins do we get if we beat the noob? Because I'm really just trying to see here. Okay, 1.4 in wins. Not terrible, but I'm just trying to think, like, if we burn through all of our rebirths with enchanting, how if we can come back here. So, okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go to the spaceship and start cooking. Oh my gosh, bro. We have the OG Zeus on this account. I don't even think my main account has this. Whoa, this pet is like way over a year old. Oh my gosh. Wait, oh my gosh, wait. I have old candy thief pets on this account. Wait, how many do I have? Oh no, dude, I only have a few. That's crazy though. I knew these existed and they might be the same. I don't know. I'm gonna transfer them over and test. But if these work, these are a bunch of Candy Thief 4 and 5 pets. Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. I'm going to go and get those transferred over. Let's go. It pays to have old accounts. Whoa. Okay, bro. I accidentally paused it, but we rebirthed and we have no strength and we managed to get a Candy Thief 3. And, well, look at that. It's a Candy Thief 4, but it costs 999 Robux. I don't know why that's in there, but it is. And it's there again. What the heck is Secret Finder? That's crazy. I mean, a Candy Thief 1, sure. Candy Thief 3, I think, is the only one you can, like, reasonably get. Wait, this is actually so easy. Why are these in here? If you can't achieve these, why are they putting Candy Thief 5 and whatever and 4 in there? That's insane. So, yeah, we just spam up a bunch of rebirths, head back in here, and then keep going. Wow, I didn't think... Basically, it's every single time I'm finding one. Let me make sure we're gonna keep... I just want to make sure we don't lose these pets. So, every time we get Candy Thief pets, I'm gonna go ahead and lock them. So, that way we don't actually enchant them with something else. What is happening? I mean, we're getting Candy Thieves, but like, what's up with all the Candy Thief 5s? 999 Robux isn't even possible. 999 rebirths isn't even physically possible in this game. What do they think they're doing? But hey, we're making a lot of progress right now, so I really can't complain. We have a good chunk of candy thief pets, so I'm just gonna keep on doing this, rebirthing, enchanting, and hunting for these candy thief pets until we have basically got 30 or 40, because then we should have a full team on our main account, and we'll see how much candy we can get. All right, all of the octopuses have been enchanted. We're gonna go ahead and unlock them, transfer them back over, and make one heck of a team on our main account. And man, I hope this is gonna be enough to get us a lot of candy, because we need more candy to get more eggs, to get better pets. Please. All right, time to make the candy team, which I think we're just gonna first go through and make sure we get all the really good ones, because we do have some candy thief ones in here hiding around, and I just want to make sure, if possible, that we don't include them. We might actually not be able to be that selective. I think we might just have to put on everything we've got. Okay, I lied. Whatever. The difference would be so small between like candy thief 1 and 2 that I'm not gonna sweat it. But okay, we've got the candy team on. Previously, we are getting like what, 2x boost on everything, maybe like a 3x boost. I just want to see. I think we're getting what, 38 candy for beating that boss. Let's go and see. 38 candy. Mr. Ghoulhound, how much are you gonna give me right now? Please tell me it's a lot. Please tell me it's a lot. Please tell me it's a lot. 84. I'm pretty happy with that, considering you get 15 without it. 84 divided by 15. That is a 5.6x increase in our candy production. That's pretty good in my mind. I'm happy with that. So what if we go punch a pumpkin now? Like, what's gonna happen? We're gonna get almost 1,000 from pumpkins. Is crazy. Oh my gosh. All right, that's good and all, but when it comes to actually getting stronger, how are we looking right now? Okay, 5k is ridiculous. Now, I need to go ahead and lock up all of these pets that are my candy pets, so that way we can't craft and combine them, because next we're gonna have to make sure we get a strength team going on now that we can get a lot of candy, because our main goal, of course, is just be able to beat the final boss so we can get a ton of candy and come over and afford these insane items. And so the next boss, we need 23 million total strength in order to beat them, but we could just start AFKing the Ghoulhound, and with our candy team on, we would be getting quite a lot of candy per hour, which would then let us craft up some of these pets. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the game plan. Maybe now that we have an OP team, or not OP, but it's pretty good, we'll go ahead, train up a good chunk of strength, and then once we've got enough strength, start AFKing Mr. Giggles, because getting to 200 million is gonna take ages. So step 1, get to like, I don't know, 30 million strength. Yeah, let's say just like 25 million strength, and then AFK Mr. Giggles maybe for, I don't know, like 12 hours, just AFK overnight, and then open up a bunch of eggs, get even stronger, beat pumpkins, defeat the event, and walk away with a bunch of OP gear. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was gonna take like a few hours, but it was maybe 20-30 minutes, and we've had 27 million strength. So with that in mind, I think we might be able to do a straight shot, just overnight AFK. We'll be able to beat the final boss. I do want to check out though, with our candy team equipped, how many candy can we snag from, dude, these names are crazy. Mr. Giggles, 112. I mean, it's pretty good considering, if you think about it like this, if we beat the boss 1,000 times per hour, that's 112,000 candy, and I didn't have to lift a finger. Overnight, that's like 1,000,000 candy, which is enough to purchase these skeleton ducks, and that's what I really want to get, is a lot of those. And so the main thing now is I want to just keep on AFKing, because realistically, if I AFK'd this guy for like a few hours, we'd be able to get some small increases, but rather than just AFK the boss, I can just AFK strength and have a good chance at beating the final boss here. And then so once we get enough strength to get the final boss, then we can get a ton of candy and then start opening up eggs and then making our ult account stronger, because that's really what I want to do, is make sure my ult accounts are super strong, can beat the final bosses, I can get their own candy. And so I'll see you guys probably tomorrow when we've got enough strength to beat the final boss and then steal a bunch of candy from him. Well, it's been 12 hours and 1.7 billion strength later. We've done it. We can beat the final boss, but I'm really curious, where do we rank on the top 50 Halloween strength leaderboard? We're not even on it. I mean, we're pretty close. Someone who has 212 billion, they gotta be hacking, bro. There's just no way. They're actually like, there's no universe in which someone is not hacking or something like that, because that is crazy. Wait, I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see him close my eyes. You just saw how much much candy I got. No, I opened a, dang it, I wanted to put on my candy team. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I wanted to put on my candy team to make sure, there we go, we're getting the most amount of candy possible for beating this final boss. So here we go. We're gonna get 140 Halloween candy every time we defeat him. And since we can defeat him about 1,000 times per hour, probably a little bit more, we're probably getting around 150 to 200,000 candy per hour every time we AFK this boss for, you know, for an hour. But also, let me compare that. I would definitely get more candy if I just beat up pumpkins. But also, the problem is I have to walk around beating up pumpkins. I can't just walk away. I can't run errands. I can't do stuff I need to do. Same thing for trick-or-treating. Dang it, dude. And so I think what's gonna be best is I'm gonna AFK for a few hours because, yeah, 1,000 Halloween candy for beating up one pumpkin is nuts. But I want to AFK for a few hours, and then with that, I'm gonna see how much candy we can get. I think I eventually am gonna start buying stuff from the witch's market. But let me also see, with all this cauldron, well, we could brew a pet XP potion or a luck potion. What else can we brew? Anything else? You have a bunch of witch's hats. You could brew an apple, a star fruit, or another star fruit. Interesting. So I kind of like this concept. It would just be cool if I could like craft 4 at once, but instead I just get 1 apple at a time. Anyways, we're probably just gonna save up a bunch of candy so that way we can get a bunch of these freaking octopuses, give them to my alt accounts so that way my alt accounts can get grinding, and then they can start getting strong and generating candy on their own, because that's the ultimate goal. Get a bunch of alt accounts grinding, gaming, so that way we could purchase a bunch of skeleton ducks or arms and hopefully get a chance at getting a best friend 10 pet, because that'd be so wicked. So now that we can beat this final boss, we're gonna go ahead and do just that for a few hours, start AFKing Mr. Pumpkins, and then hopefully come back to a ton of candy and rip open a bunch of eggs. Holy crap, it has been a full 24 hours of AFKing Mr. Pumpkins, and oh, this is weird. I guess in private servers they buffed the candy production, but not in public servers. So in the private servers here, actually let me go check some real quick. Okay, yeah, interesting. We're getting like an extra 25% more candy in our private server, and I think that's because they've affected, or like they've nerfed the bosses. Whoa, only 30 million required strength in the private. Bro, that's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, if you guys are gonna play the event, make sure you go hop on a private server and play, because now it's super easy to beat the final boss, and well, you get way more candy. So we managed to get 4 million total candy, which is enough for us to open, I think, around like 100 eggs. No, oh my god, 1,000 eggs. I messed up. Well, across all of our accounts, we're gonna need a few hundred pets, and so looks like we're gonna have to start combining some of these pets. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think we're going to enchant the pets we're about to get on our teams, but rather I'm just going to open up as many of these eggs as I can with our luck team, and then what we're gonna do is combine them and make the strongest pets possible to send to our alt accounts, so that our alt accounts can get training me. Really, they don't even need 2 stronger teams to get training and beat this final boss, but over the next week, I just want to use my alt accounts to get a bunch of candy, because again, right now, I could just outright buy a bunch of these skeleton ducks, which is insane, but we're gonna hold off on that for now and wait probably till next week when we're super rich with candy. But in order to do that, we need to open up a bunch of these eggs. So again, let's make sure luck, void, and golden potions are on, and let's get opening 30 at a time. Yeah, just a bunch of freaking octopuses. That's super funny. Whoa, they also slowed down the opening animation. That's interesting. It used to be way faster than this. Well, this should be satisfying. Oh my god. Oh my god. What just happened? Oh my god. What just happened? What did I just do? What did I just do? I hope I locked my pets. I'm so cooked, bro. I thought I was searching. I wasn't searching. What did I just... Okay, I'm really hoping it was a lot of pets that I wasn't using. Okay, my winner team looks to be cooked now. Oh my gosh, dude. I wasn't searching and I just crafted every pet I own. That's sick. Okay, well, yeah, looks like my winner team is missing about 15 pets, so we'll figure that out later. That's why you should always lock your pets, gamers. Lock them up real nice and tight, because I didn't, and I think my strength team, or my winner team, might also be slightly cooked. Looks like we're missing a few pets, probably combined a few up. That's great. I mean, most of these were already like huge and Goliaths and Gigas, and I locked most of them up, but awesome. Yeah, that's some great stuff, guys. Great stuff out of me right there. I mean, we still have our royal spirit intact. What's our other pet? There's the Giga seasoned dragon. Okay, we're good. We might have messed up a little bit. We'll figure that out later. Oh my gosh. gosh. All I had to do was type in Franken and I would have been chilling. Whatever. I was trying to be like, oh, guys, look, this is going to be so satisfying. And then I just crafted every pet that I own. I think we're going to be able to make a bunch of big versions of these pets and then send them to our alt accounts, which would be great because they'll be like 5x multipliers. But yeah, that's not great. But what's not great is crafting up a bunch of pets. I don't even know what I crafted. That's a first, and I hope it's a last. Dang, dude. All right, we're down to some of our last bits of candy. And yeah, we basically just got a bunch of Franken eggs. Don't think we got a single witch hydra. No, it does not look like we did. But as far as Franken octopuses go, well, we got a ton of them. And so we're going to go ahead and make sure they're all crafted up. And this time we just click craft all. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Okay, looks like we have around 300 Franken octopuses to transfer over, which is perfect. That's literally exactly how many we need. So we're going to get everything transferred over to our alt accounts and make sure we don't craft any more pets because that really sucked. If you guys take a look, we no longer have any more of the octopuses that we aren't personally. We transferred them all to our alt accounts. And well, don't worry, they're going to get cooking as well so they could beat the final boss. Hopefully by the end of the day is our AFK to get a bunch of candy. But this isn't going to be the only update for the event. There's going to be more updates coming soon. And well, if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date with everything Arm Wrestling Simulator and this insanely OP event, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like on today's video if you enjoyed it. And with all that being said, it's been your boy Quacks. I'll catch you guys in the next Arm Wrestling Halloween update. Deuces.